Goss Stadium at Coleman Field in Corvallis, Oregon. Not a cloud in the sky above the ballpark, and a winner-take-all Game 3 between the national number 8 seed Oregon State and the 9 seed Florida State. And the lineup for Link Jarrett and the Seminoles, Max Williams has come up big in this series, but also the guy in front of him, Devin, they need to get Alex Lodis going.
Yeah, they sure do, and this is the star of this ball club, the catalyst. In that 2-hole, looked a little bit off early on. Need him to settle in. Your star's got to rise up in the biggest moments. I think he's ready for today.
And a bit of a change down near the bottom. Hunter Carnes, who caught Game 1, DHing with Jackson West behind the plate for the Seminoles. There is the redshirt freshman from Scottsdale, James DeCramer, who has come up big in his last couple of starts, and Mitch Canham riding the hot hand.
Yes, he sure is. In his last 3 outings, 11 innings pitched, 2 runs, 10 strikeouts, just 3 walks. It's explosive stuff. It's a fastball into the mid-90s plus slider. He canceled the curveball. That changeup tonight, watch it, it's key.
Here is your weather, and yes, it feels up over 90 tonight, and that is unseasonably hot for Corvallis. We've come up here for Super Regionals before. We've had rain, we've had wind, cold temperatures, but not tonight. It's blazing hot, and we are ready for baseball, an overflow crowd. A lot of nervousness, a lot of excitement for Game 3 as James DeCramer pours in strike 1 to Gage Harrelson. 94 from DeCramer. 335, 5 homers for the transfer from Texas Tech, Gage Harrelson. DeCramer, and the 1-strike pitch is topped to the right side. It was left, flag down. A.J. Singer, a short throw to first, and that's how Game 3 begins. Defensively for the Beavers behind DeCramer tonight, and one change in right. Easton Talt playing in right field the first couple of games with a lefty on the mound for the Seminoles. Mitch Canham going to the right-handed bat. And Carson McIntyre gets the start out there for Oregon State. Only his 11th start of the year.
Yeah, last start as well, May 17th versus Long Beach State. He's a guy with some juice, though. 3 of his last 7 hits, home runs.
The ACC Player of the Year, Alex Lodis, takes ball 1 from DeCramer. 396, 17 homers for Lodis. He's also the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. DeCramer, here comes the 1-0. And that catches the zone for a strike. 1-1 on Lodis, 1 for 8 so far in the Super Regional. And a Golden Spikes finalist for Florida State.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts for Lodis. Just looks like he's been starting late. Looking to get some early motion. And it's been that fastball right there. You see elevated velocity. Just been tardy throughout the weekend.
1-2 on Lodis. The Beavers this year, 46 wins. Lodis lines it to left, and that's a hit. And it takes a high bounce and skips past Gavin Turley to the wall. And Lodis will end up at second base in the field aiding Alex Lodis. And you also wonder, looking back toward the sun, if Gavin Turley didn't see it well in left field.
Yeah, and this sun is no joke. It sits back behind home plate. And just a beautiful piece of hitting right there. That's the changeup, and it's well located. That's a very tough pitch to get to, right on right changeup. And you think about the turf. Turley plays his career here. He's used to that turf. I agree with you. Must have been a little bit of a sunball. Bounces over his head. Lodis in the scoring position early.
So misplay in left, a single and an error. Lodis at second. Max Williams the hitter. And he hits one in the air to left. Going back on it is Turley. He's at the track. He looks up. Gone! Home run the other way. What a start for Florida State. 19th for Max Williams. And a 2-spot on the board in the first.
So many big hits for Max Williams, especially in this postseason. Now his 6th hit, 2nd home run, 5 of his 6 hits, driving in a run. Noles up early, 2-0.
One gone, the cleanup batter, Miles Bailey. The freshman has got 18 homers, including one in game 1 of this Super Regional. As to Kramer, and he runs that one inside. Oregon State puts the overshift on defensively here for Bailey, who was 1 for 9 in this Super. And to Kramer, you wonder about the emotions and the butterflies for the freshman.
Yeah, man, and pitching in a big environment here. He was fantastic last weekend. It's a must-win game. Game 7 of that regional, and he delivered against USC. 5 innings pitched. It's a career high. 71 pitches, career high as well. 6 strikeouts. He worked down in the strike zone. 3 double plays last week. You see early on, fastball's a bit elevated, and good hitters. Max Williams takes advantage of it. Early swinger, aggressive, drives it out deep to left center field. No doubter.
Two 2-0 Florida State after a mound visit from Wilson Weber, the Oregon State catcher. The Noles the early lead, 42-15 overall. Florida State finished second in the ACC and swept through the Tallahassee Regional last weekend.
And Miles Bailey. He's been swinging a hot bat, and he's been slow throughout this Super Regional. They're doing a nice job mixing it up. Fastball's elevated, soft down below the zone.
Hit sharply through the shift into right. And on a 3-0 pitch, Bailey with a sharp single. Third straight hit for Florida State. With one down, here comes Cal Fisher for the Seminoles.
Man, these Florida State hitters. Miles Bailey getting into a hitter's count right there. A ton of respect for DeKramer, swinging at a 3-0 fastball, middle, driving it into right field. Noles swinging a hot bat. It's been the fastball. A lot of swings and misses. 30% swing and miss throughout this Super Regional. A ton on fastballs. Looks like they have a concerted effort early on to work on top of that baseball, be ready to hit from pitch 1.
Popped up by Cal Fisher out of play. 311, 8 homers for the Florida State third baseman. 3 for 9 so far in the Super Regional. Had one hit here yesterday. He's reached base in 24 straight games for Florida State.
And if you're DeKramer out on the mound right here, 3 double play balls on Monday against USC. You want to work down the strike zone here, minimize damage.
Skies this one out of play. And DeKramer jumps ahead 0-2 on Fisher. Fisher from Wisconsin. Originally committed to Link Jarrett when he was the head coach at Notre Dame, and then when Link Jarrett left Notre Dame to come to his alma mater, Cal Fisher followed to Tallahassee.
Yeah, you commit to the head coach. You do love a program, but it is the head coach you end up committing to. Follows him down to Tallahassee.
Another one out of play from Fisher.
And for DeKramer, that fastball, it's alive, 95.
It is a big arm.
Yes, it is. Think about how this Oregon State club is set up moving forward as well. Dax Whitney, just a freshman. DeKramer, just a freshman.
Kleinschmidt last night, the game 2 starter for the Beavers. Sophomore.
Nasty. Man, he's good.
Again, the 0-2. Fisher hits it sharply foul past third. And we'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes on Cal Fisher.
And there's that changeup right there, right on right. He was a 4-pitch mix guy early on in the season. No starts. Last 2 of his outings have been starts. He canceled the breaking ball. Breaking ball giving up a lot of damage. So he's relied on that changeup now. You got to have 3 pitches to be an effective starter. That changeup, it's huge, locating it down underneath the hands of righties.
Fisher lays off. 1-2 the count on Cal Fisher. As DeKramer was working out of the bullpen all season for Oregon State. His appearances about 1 a week. Some midweek games, maybe on the weekend. But then 2 starts toward the end of the year, and that's why he's getting the nod tonight. And it's an interesting choice for Rich Dorman, the pitching coach for Oregon State, and Mitch Cannon, because you have a proven arm as well that was available we haven't seen in this regional yet for Oregon State, and Eric Segura.
Yeah, and that's a big arm right there. I'm wondering if they were just trying to find a way to get him through the lineup, see how much length they can get out of DeKramer early, and then bring in the big arm to bridge the middle part of the game.
Now it's run full on Fisher after DeCramer was ahead 0-2. Segura is an 8-game winner for Oregon State. He has split time between the pen and the rotation. Leaning, but the throw gets away from Jacob Craig, the first baseman, as it looked like Miles Bailey was running and they had him picked off.
Oh, they sure did. They sure did. Some quick feet right there from DeCramer, and they catch Miles Bailey leaning. And they would have had him. Just snuck through his glove. Craig had no idea how he even missed it. Little moments in a baseball game. Think about a Game 3 opportunity to go to Omaha, Nebraska, playing the College World Series.
The little things, mistakes can cost you. There goes Bailey running, swing and a miss. Throw to second base from Weber, not in time. And Miles Bailey with a steal. And there's 2 outs and a runner at second base for Florida State, and Drew Farrell coming up. And for Miles Bailey, that's only his 4th stolen base of the year.
That's big times right there for James. DeCramer, fastball. It's a big fastball. Young freshman in a fight early on, first inning. Can you challenge with a fastball and win? He does. Miles Bailey moving on the pitch, getting into scoring position. But a chance for this young freshman. Gather some momentum headed into this next inning.
Half-hearted throw by DeCramer to second base. As the second baseman and 6-hitter for Florida State, Farrell, 307, 16 homers. Farrell first team All-ACC this year.
And 2 for 7 in this Super Regional. Both hits for doubles.
Strike 1.
You think about the baseball game last night. Jamie Arnold gave up an early run, ton of pitches in the first inning, and then really settled in. James DeCramer is a guy with big-time stuff, looking to do the same thing.
DeCramer throws to second. Second-generation Seminole Farrell. His dad Adam played back in the mid-90s. In fact, the only other regional on the West Coast that Florida State has ever played in. His dad was on that team, and they won the regional down at Stanford back in 1996. Called strike to Farrell. It's 0-2.
And a great job here for DeCramer, working ahead. 2 strikes. You know, this crowd looking to amp him up here. Just a young freshman. Create some big-time momentum for his offense with a strikeout.
Kicks away from the catcher Weber as Bailey takes third. Wilson Weber couldn't find it.
Man, just a changeup. Has not been able to really get command of that pitch. Looks like he's working up and underneath of it. And a great job behind the plate trying to keep that ball in front of him. But Miles Bailey aggressive. Importance, get to third base, 2 outs. Now that breaking ball in the dirt comes into play if it happens to squeak away from Weber.
Wild pitch charge to James DeCramer. The 1-2. That's high and away. 94 from DeCramer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hit out toward left center. On the move, he'll get there and make the catch. Gavin Turley for Oregon State. But the Seminoles strike. Max Williams, the early lead for Florida State.
Yeah, he's about as aggressive as a hitter that you will see on this Florida State club. And I love it. Big hit after big hit after big hit. Going up there attacking DeCramer. Big-time fastball. You do not want to get deep in the count. 19th home run of the year. 53 RBIs. No, it's 2-0 early.
Knowles put a 2 spot on the board. Now Oregon State coming to bats. Game 3 here in the home half of the first inning in Corvallis with the overflow crowd. We had a Goss Stadium at Coleman Field record of better than 4,400 last night. Could maybe break that again here tonight. And the lineup for Mitch Canham and Oregon State, 46 wins for the Beavers as an independent this year. We'll get into that coming up. But for Oregon State, Wilson Weber swinging a hot bat right in the middle of the lineup. And the change near the bottom. Jacob Craig moving up to the 7th spot. He was hitting 9 in the first couple of games. And Carson McIntyre makes his first appearance in this Super Regional.
Yeah, and it's Wilson Weber who's been swinging the hot bat. 8-game hitting streak, 14 for 34, 12 RBIs, 8 extra base hits.
And on the mound, coming off arguably his best appearance for Florida State this season. In the regional final against Mississippi State last Sunday, Wes Mendez, the sophomore from Tampa, And the transfer went 8 innings against Mississippi State last Sunday. 9 strikeouts in a heated, emotional game, but picked up the win to advance Florida State to the Supers.
Yeah, he's a guy that lives for the big moment, and last weekend, it's a little bit of a wrinkle to that 4-pitch mix. Normally, ton of fastballs. Last week, just 32% fastballs, 45% sliders, mixed in the changeup and curveball about even, 10 and 13%. Got a ton of swing and miss. It's his best outing of the year.
The transfer from Ole Miss, Mendez. And the first pitch is in there for a strike to Trent Caraway, who moves up to the top spot in the order with the lineup changes for Mitch Canham. 266 for Caraway, 11 homers, and a hot hitter, especially last weekend.
Yeah, and I love this move. 338 in 18 games in that leadoff role. He started the season as the leadoff hitter. 19 runs scored, 13 RBIs in this Oregon State club. That hot start that they got off to, 15 and 3. This is the guy that was in the leadoff spot.
1-1 on Caraway. The pitch. Swing and a miss, as Caraway was the most outstanding player last week into the regional here in Corvallis. He went 9 for 17 with 5 home runs. He had 6 during the regular season and 5 so far in the postseason.
And he's been pitched incredibly tough this weekend, the hottest hitter coming into this entire series.
Takes the pitch that bounces, 2-2, and facing it, it's unique that Florida State has 3 left-handed starters as they went with Joey Bellini in game 1. Last night, Jamie Arnold, and now Wes Mendez, but that's been their rotation all year.
Yeah, and all 3 of these lefties are different. You got Bellini, works in, works away, changes speeds. You got Arnold, big-time fastball. Mendez, big-time fastball as well.
Trent Caraway, and that drops in front of Chase Williams, and a start for Oregon State. A leadoff single for Trent Caraway.
And a great start for the Beavs. Love that move. Getting Caraway in that leadoff spot. 2-2 count, up and in. Short swing, man. It's pretty. This guy's going to be a special player. Getting his Beavs rolling early on. Trying to put some pressure back on these Noles.
Here is Iva Arquette, leading hitter for Oregon State. 352, 18 homers, 65 batted in for the All-American, who takes ball 1. Arquette so far 3 for 9, has scored a couple of runs this weekend, riding a 9-game hitting streak. The transfer from Washington. 2 years with the Huskies, and then moves down the Pacific Coast to Corvallis.
He's just steady, man. And he's a special player, one of the best players in the entire country.
Incredibly athletic, especially for a big shortstop at 6'5". And just to show you how good of an athlete Iva Arquette is, he was the State of Hawaii Gatorade basketball player of the year.
How about that? And the projected number 8 overall pick.
And it's ball 3 to Arquette. Last year, first team all Pac-12 with Washington. Drafted out of high school by the Diamondbacks in the 18th round. Trent Caraway at first. Wes Mendez a move that way, and easily back is Caraway. And Arquette, we talked about Lodis, the shortstop for Florida State, a Golden Spikes finalist. Well, Arquette is a Brooks Wallace Award finalist, which recognizes excellence on both sides of the ball.
And he's about as good as it gets.
And a strike to Arquette, and that honor, or that award, is given out for the late Texas Tech shortstop, Brooks Wallace, who died at the age of 27 from leukemia. And a great honor, whoever wins the Brooks Wallace Award, and Arquette is a finalist. Checked his swing, on appeal, no. And it's ball 4, and the Beavers have 2 on. Our umpiring crew tonight, Darren Hyma behind the plate, works out of the Big 12 and SEC, calling the balls and strikes. Our first base umpire in appeal out of the SEC. Javero January said no swing. Dave Susi, our umpire, at second. Brian Marine at third. And the pitching coach, a slow, deliberate walk to the mound for Micah Posey.
Oh, yeah. Micah taking his time, getting on out there. This crowd getting into this ball game. And what a start for the Beavers. This crowd's fantastic, man.
This place is rocking right now.
Yes, it is.
The oldest ballpark in college baseball.
Yeah, how about that? That's crazy. I mean, my whole life I thought it was Fenway or Wrigley. Nope.
Oldest park actually in all of baseball.
Right
now,
here.
they've clearly made improvements, but this has been the home for Oregon State baseball.
Unbelievable, man. It's an incredible environment.
And every seat, as you can see around the ballpark, right on top of the field. An intimate setting and a huge crowd. Gavin Turley, the all-time home run leader in Beavers history, steps in. After the mound visit, Turley goes to the first pitch, lifts it to right, pushing toward the corner, and with room, making the catch, crossing into foul ground. Gage Harrelson tagging Trent Caraway, takes third. A long fly out to the right field corner on the first pitch from Gavin Turley.
Man, oh man, and he did not miss this ball by much. The career home run and RBI leader here at Oregon State, and a beautiful piece of hitting right there. Most importantly, guy on second base, no outs. I must advance the runner. You want to hit back behind him, he does. Oregon State opportunity to strike back.
Runners at the corners, the cleanup batter, Wilson Weber. 335, 12 homers. Weber's been swinging a really hot bat. 4 for 8 in the Super. He's driven in 2 runs. A couple of doubles for Weber in this Super Regional. And he takes ball 1 from Wes Mendez.
Yeah, very little chase all weekend. Nice simple move, spraying the ball all over the field. He's covered the fastball, covered the breaking ball. Yesterday, changeup, drove it to right field. He's on fire, a leader on this Beaver squad.
9-game hitting streak for Weber. And he gets hit by a pitch, and they are loaded. Wilson Weber made absolutely no attempt to move. He was holding his ground.
Yeah, he knows how important this is right here. Base runners, base runners, base runners. Just a yanked fastball right there. 10th hit by pitch of the season for Wes Mendez. Mendez and the Beavs got him loaded.
They are loaded for the second baseman, A.J. Singer. He had the walk-off hit to win game 1 in the bottom of the 10th for the Beavers here on Friday. 2 for 8 in the Super. The pitch, and that's a strike to Singer. JC transfer, played 2 years at Iowa Western Community College. He's from Arizona, where his high school coach, a former big league pitcher, Eddie Bonine, who pitched with the Tigers for a couple of years. 1-1.
And you see the breaking ball. It's up in the zone. Even that first pitch, you know, A.J. Singer, he's hunting up in the zone. We asked him after that walk-off hit, hey, what was your approach at bat? Guy at third, less than 2 outs. He said, I'm hunting elevation. That's 2 breaking balls up. Not a good sign for Mendez.
Ground ball toward the middle. Scooped up Lodis on a flip to Farrow on the first, not in time. Beavers get a run as Caraway comes in on the fielder's choice, and it's 2-1 Florida State.
And a great answer back here early in this game for the Beavers. You got to find a way to scratch a run across here. Mendez does a nice job getting underneath the hands. And Lodis, a great angle to that baseball. Everything done perfect there. Just too much speed from Singer. 2-1 ball game.
RBI for Singer. And now it's up to Tice Peterson, the DH for the Beavers. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 276 hitter Peterson shoots one into right to tie the game. Iva Arquette comes in, stopping at second. A.J. Singer and the Beavers respond with a pair and still hitting here in the home first. Tice Peterson didn't waste any time.
Just like that, we have a new ball game. I absolutely love this approach when facing Wes Mendez. You got to push him out over the plate. Tice Peterson had a career-high 4 hits in the regional last weekend. Big reason is because of that right there, hitting behind runners, using the whole field. Beavers, this crowd, right back in this thing early.
And the 2-out hit ties the game. 2 on, 2 out. Jacob Craig, a hot hitter for Oregon State. And the first baseman takes a strike. Hitting at an even 250 with 13 homers. Craig is 4 for 8 here in the Super Regional.
He is swinging a hot bat. He has looked the most comfortable in this entire Beavers lineup.
Craig had the game-tying two-run single in the bottom of the ninth on Friday, and he was down to his last strike. 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Craig delivered to tie it for Oregon State.
Biggest hit of the year for the Beavers.
Strike at the knees, and Craig disagrees.
West trying to drill that in, and he gets the call there.
One and 2. Singer at second, Peterson at first base. The pitch. Hit sharply through the left side and a hit. A.J. Singer rounding third. He will score. Hustling to third and diving in. Peterson gets there. And a clutch 2-out RBI single, and Jacob Craig gives Oregon State the lead. Fireworks in the first inning.
Man, oh man, right out of the gate. How about it? Craig, he just looks so comfortable. I absolutely love the adjustment to the no stride. Big, strong guy. You don't need to do a ton, just get the barrel of the baseball. And that's about 110 miles per hour off the bat. 2-out hitting. It's been a big story early on in this series. The Noles have had the better of it in the first 2 games. And boy, oh boy, the Beavers said, you better watch out for us. They're rolling.
We had a total of 4 runs scored in game 2. We have 5 in the first inning of game 3.
Baseball, baby.
Cannon Reader. And that floats high for Mendez. Cannon Reader, 297, 7 home runs. The 8-hitter, the Oregon State center fielder. And a mound visit for Jackson West, and Mendez right now, Devin, he's all over the place.
Yes, he is, and he just has not had command really of any of his pitches so far today. Now, the big thing coming into this outing was going to be the first pitch strike percentage. The entire season, 55% prior to last week. Last week, the best outing of the year, 66% first pitch strikes, 14 swings and misses. He was sharp, and today, it's been pretty erratic early on.
That's already 2 mound visits by the catcher Jackson West, combined with the pitching coach Mike Capozzi here in the first inning. Doesn't appear any activity yet in the Florida State bullpen. 3 for Oregon State. Runners in the corners for Reader with 2 down. And a response from Oregon State after the 2-run homer by Max Williams in the top of the inning.
And Mendez sitting at 22 pitches.
Here it comes. Swing and a drive. Way back there in left field. Cannon Reader, gone! Home run for Cannon Reader, the first for Oregon State this weekend, and the Beavs have put a 6th spot on the board.
And just 5 extra base hits coming into this game. I mentioned Wes Mendez missing up in the zone. And you see it, fastball's been up, breaking ball's been up, working up underneath the changeup, pulling the slider a bit. It's an Oregon State club. You make mistakes, they make you pay.
Called strike to Carson McIntyre, his first at bat of the Super Regional. 257 with 3 homers for McIntyre. Mendez laboring, and it's a strike. And it's 1-2 on McIntyre, the redshirt freshman from Peoria in the suburbs of Phoenix.
And what a response by the Beavers. 2 outs.
Oregon State had a total of 6 runs in the first 2 games. They have 6 in the first inning of game 3.
Dangerous offense once they get rolling. They're believing.
Swing and a high towering fly to left. Chase Williams takes a look. It is gone! Back to back! Touchdown Oregon State here in the first inning.
Man, what a move by Mitch Canham. It just seemed like he's touched all the right buttons this season. Carson McIntyre, this is his 11th start of the season. His last 8 hits, 4 for home runs.
Wes Mendez does not survive the first inning.
Man, oh man. Back-to-back home runs. Here in the first inning, first a 3-run shot by Cannon Reeder. Breaking ball, up in the zone. Mistake, make you pay. And how about Carson McIntyre in the 9-hole? This is his 11th start of the season, once again, up in the zone. Mistake. And they just make you pay, man. This Beaver offense, that's now 100 home runs on the season for the Beavers.
And the response from Oregon State after the 2-run homer by Max Williams at the top of the inning. The Beavers chase Wes Mendez. Still just 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first. The Beavers have 7. And looking for more as the Noles go to the bullpen. The new pitcher for Florida State, Peyton Manka, takes over, the lefty. As Wes Mendez only 2/3 of an inning and chased by the Beavers. Trent Caraway hitting for the 2nd time, the leadoff batter for Oregon State. He started his inning off with a single. The most runs the Beavers have scored in any first inning this season. 2/3 for Mendez, 5 hits allowed, 7 runs. Swing and a miss by Caraway, and you can't help but wonder, Devin, Mendez coming off his best outing. He was dominant against Mississippi State last Sunday in Tallahassee. Threw 105 pitches. Trying to bounce back from that, you wonder if there's a little fatigue. And plus, even Jamie Arnold mentioned yesterday, he was dealing with a jet lag coming west.
Yeah, he sure did say that. Jamie Arnold was just able to find a way to battle through those first couple innings. Had 50 pitches in the first 2 innings and really settled down. But Wes Mendez just wasn't quite able to find a way to get out of that first inning. And you can just tell the stuff wasn't sharp last week. Everything was painted down in the zone. His misses were down. Today, everything was up.
So the freshman Manka. There are his numbers on the year. Full count pitch, and Caraway draws ball 4, and he's on for the 2nd time in his first inning. And now Iva Arquette, who's already walked, will come up. The Oregon State offense, 6 runs total in the first couple of games. They have 7 and 2 homers here in the first.
They got it going. 6 out of those 7 runs with 2 outs, just extending the inning. You see once again there by Caraway. Extending the inning, passing the baton, taking advantage of mistakes. The crowd punched early on, 2-0 ball game. Will you respond? You better believe it. 7-2 like that.
1-0 on Arquette, who takes ball 2.
Manka, last outing, April 22nd. Fastball 89-93, slider, curveball, changeup. Florida State just looking for a way to get out of this inning with no more blood drawn.
Outside to Arquette. First outing in over a month for the freshman lefty. Manka has started 4 games for Florida State this year. Home midweek games. Arquette swings in a towering fly. Chase Williams in left, backing up, right at the edge of the track, onto the track, and makes the catch. And the side is finally retired, but Oregon State scores 7. 1 inning in the books. Beavs up 7-2. Dari, this crowd is energized as you can imagine. with a hot start for Oregon State in the hot temperatures in Corvallis. Bottom of the order for Florida State in the second. Hunter Carnes, the freshman, leads it off and grounds it past third foul. Jackson West, Chase Williams to follow for Link Jarrett and Florida State.
And that's exactly what you want if you're DeCramer. In that strike zone, you get a big lead. You're sitting on the bench for a long time after a long inning. You got your rest. Get back in that strike zone. If you're Oregon State, you're telling yourself outs, 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 outs. If you're Florida State, it happens one pitch at a time.
Good game one for Carnes, who takes a strike. As he caught game one for Florida State. Had a couple of hits. Had an RBI double. The freshman was taken by the Diamondbacks in the 20th round, but turned him down to go to college. He was the #1 catching prospect entering college baseball this year, according to Perfect Game.
Yeah, he's a heck of a player, and he's one of the most prized recruits to touch the campus in Tallahassee. Draft eligible sophomore. Most likely will be gone after his sophomore year. Big time pop. He's got a lot of playing time this season. It's going to help him a ton when he becomes more of a regular next year.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Florida State, who swept through the Tallahassee Regional last weekend. Last Friday, they beat Bethune-Cookman 6-2 in the opener and weathered a 2-hour and 19-minute rain delay. In that opening win, then beat Mississippi State twice. Line drive to left and sinking, but a read on it. Good break in for Gavin Turley, who saw that one gone.
And a great read with that sun. Incredibly tough. A nice swing by Hunter Carnes. But a first out and a quick out. And you want to trust your defense. You're not going for strikeouts here. You're just going to attack outs, outs, outs. You know, that's the topic of conversation on this field right now.
Jackson West, 243, a couple of homers for the Florida State catcher. And DeCramer, backdoor breaking ball for a strike.
When you think about the importance for DeCramer after the slow inning, and he gives up 2 runs, but he fights and he gets out of that inning. And then the offense gives him a big boost. What a wonderful way to settle this young freshman in a ballgame.
High chopper near second base. Ivar Kett fields, throws, gets him at first. 2 outs, and the majority of the damage for Oregon State in the first inning came with 2 outs. And the teams combined in the first inning. 9 runs on 10 hits. And 5-4 in 10 innings in game 1. Oregon State with a comeback win, 3-1 Florida State last night. It's 7-2 in the second inning.
Baseball's a crazy thing, isn't it?
Look at the Chapel Hill Regional.
Oh, that's crazy. 18-2, and then Arizona takes the next 2. Unbelievable.
Chase Williams takes ball 1. He is 0 for 7 so far in the regional. 327 with a homer for the Florida State left fielder.
There's no question, Chase Williams, he's the guy, and he's in that 9-hole. Second leadoff man. No hits in this super regional. He has been playing incredible baseball since being inserted to this lineup about 2 months ago. They got to get him going.
And he missed about 6 weeks. He had a collision at home plate, injured his shoulder, diving into home, injured the left shoulder. And he wears a brace underneath his uniform. And he'd been a switch hitter up until that point, but relegated to hitting from this side because of that injury for the rest of this season. Hits it well out to right. McIntyre back, looks up, and it is gone. Chase Williams, solo shot with 2 outs. And Florida State gets a run back at 7-3 Beavers.
That's a big one there for the Noles. Good answer back, find a way to kick some momentum back on your side. They got to get that guy going. Great, great, great sign down 4 early.
Back to the top of the order, and Gage Harrelson, who grounded out to lead off the game. DeCramer winds, and it's ball 1 to Harrelson. So Chase Williams did not have a home run the entire regular season. He had 1 last weekend in the regional. And now hits his second of the season here in Game 3 of the Supers, and a called strike to Harrelson.
Yeah, and in between those homers, he was 2 for 13. 2 for his last 13. He's a guy that's going to hit a lot of homers. And when you think about that shoulder injury, without question, it's a big part of your swing. Power will come for that guy as he goes.
1-2 on Harrelson. 2 homers for Florida State, 2 homers already for the Beavers. The pitch, swing and a tapper at the plate, foul.
And there's that good changeup right there. You can tell he's starting to get feel and command for that pitch. Here in the second inning, 50% swing and miss last week. 12 of them thrown, 8 for strikes, 4 swing and misses.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out in the breaking ball. Second for James DeCramer. The Chase Williams trying to pull some momentum back for Florida State.
Yeah, and a big one right there for Chase Williams. Just his second home run of the year. Both of them coming in the postseason. A guy 0 for 7 coming into that at bat. Noel's got to find a way to scratch some momentum. They got one back right there. 7-3 ball game. Bottom of the second we go.
The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallets? They're already starting to count outs. 7-3 Beavers to the home second. Heart of the order for Oregon State. Gavin Turley, Wilson Weber, A.J. Singer against Peyton Menka. And Gavin Turley fouls it away. And you think about that first inning, Devin, and the hustle by A.J. Singer to not get doubled up, which was a very difficult play for Alex Lodis at shortstop. They got one out on the play, but by beating that relay throw, that allowed the first run to score, then the floodgates open.
Such a great point, and it's those little moments in a baseball game, and you look back at them and you go, what if? Florida State would have got out of that inning with the 2-0 lead. They would have been on to the top of the second. But because A.J. Singer plays the game the right way, understanding the importance of extending the inning, getting his RBI, 7 runs later, we got a 4-run lead.
1-2 strikes. Gavin Turley, a foul out to deep right for the first out of the first inning. 0 for 1. Menka, the pitch. And that's just high to Turley, who has an on-base streak of 55 consecutive games coming into this game.
That is impressive stuff. Heck of a player.
Got under this one. Plenty of room out there in center for Max Williams. Drifting with it, and out number 1. So Oregon State has been in this position before in terms of their backs against the wall. And they had to do it last weekend, coming back through the loser's bracket after they lost the opening game of the Corvallis Regional to St. Mary's, the West Coast Conference tournament champions, last Friday night. They won last Saturday against TCU, then had to win twice on Sunday to force a regional final, Game 7 on Monday. Weak tapper toward third, tough play, and that one stays fair. An infield dribbling hit for Wilson Weber. And on this surface, that ball's not going to roll foul. It's just going to keep in that line.
Yes, it did. And you know when you're hot, right? Now 5 for 10. Excuse me, 5 for 9 in this super regional. Wilson Weber continuing to swing a hot bat. You think about offense and momentum and hitting being contagious. You see right there.
The entire playing field is field turf. There is no dirt, no grass. As A.J. Singer, an RBI in the first inning, climbs in. Weber at first, 1 out. Menka, strike 1.
And you talked about Oregon State getting out of that regional. They were the only team to lose their first game in a regional and fight their way back to a super regional. And
it happens less than 10% of the time.
So it's incredibly hard. And pitching depth, right? You got to have that pitching depth, and they proved that they did.
Fouled off by Singer. And they had great performances the rest of the way. The bats got going as they faced 4 elimination games last weekend. Went 4-0 outscoring their opponents 50-6.
Incredible.
And they played good teams. TCU, who made the Big 12 tournament final. They beat St. Mary's, WCC tournament champ. Singer, this could be two. Lodi snares it. Drew Farrell the turn, two double play. Nicely turned by the Seminoles. We're through two in game 3. Oregon State flexing their muscle early. They're up 7-3 on Florida State.
And a big double play right there. Pitcher's best friend, 6-4-3. Mitch Canham will join us when we return.
7-3 in game 3. Oregon State leading Florida State. Winner goes to the College World Series with Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you. Mitch Canham, the head coach of Oregon State, with us. And Mitch, you talked about, and we hit on it a little bit in game 1 with you, but it's right now it was meant to be. And you made a coaching decision today. You haven't started Carson McIntyre very much this season. He responds in the first inning, and your group just seemed to really rally around that first inning in the hustle by A.J. Singer, for example.
It did. We gave up a couple right there off the shoot, but these guys came in with big focus and said, let's go get him, man. And even when the lineup was posted today, you know, TC was thrilled. He goes, I had a feeling you were going to put me there today. Back in the leadoff spot, and you know, just embracing everything that's coming our way. Excited for it, and Carson, just his work. You know, Gibson and I have been talking a lot about that. He looks ready all the time. We thought this was a good matchup for him to come in, and he sure as heck responded and hasn't let anything get in the way, man. He just let me know when you need me or whatever it is, and I'm ready to fight, and he came up big right there.
Coach DeCramer one time through the lineup, and now Segura. Was that the plan the whole time?
No, but I mean, having a lot of guys down there like Eric that are ready to throw today, I think just making sure, I mean, a little bit, you know, we were a little up in the zone right there, but James did a good job in the second inning, minimizing right there, just one pitch that got left up. Got a couple ground balls though, but Eric's shown great stuff out of the pen this year. He started a handful of games too, so built up to do whatever it takes.
Everything you've been through this season in terms of trying to get to this point, and you scheduled the way you did, went independent. For opportunities like this, you've seen this crowd respond and the support. What has it meant to you in your program to have a weekend like this in terms of the energy and the crowd support?
It's incredible. It absolutely just warms my heart to hear everyone chanting OSU and rallying behind our guys and having a blast and being out here all last week, this weekend. It is an unbelievable experience, and anyone that is here in the stadium any of these days, you know, feels it and is so incredibly proud to be a part of this Beaver family.
There's plenty more baseball to play. Mitch, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Go Beavs.
Thanks, Coach.
Mitch Canham, the head coach of Oregon State. A soft liner for a single, and Alex Lodi's 2 for 2. And a leadoff base runner for Florida State. Here is Max Williams, who homered in the first inning. As the new pitcher for Oregon State is Eric Segura. An 8-game winner, the right-hander, runner at first, and now Williams climbs in.
5 starts, big-time stuff. It's his 12th appearance out of the pen. Fastball will sit in the mid-90s. Sinking action when down, a little bit of run. You see right there, a lot of ride when it's up. Slider, curveball, changeup. It's been fantastic since going to the pen.
He started game 1, but was roughed up by St. Mary's last Friday night of the regional. And then came back in relief. Roller, this could be 2. Arquette flips. Singer, 2, double play. Tailor-made double play ball for Eric Segura. There was his outing against St. Mary's. Lifted after just 1 out against the Gales, but then came back with 3 scoreless innings of relief in the regional final, game 7 last Monday. 5 strikeouts against the USC Trojans.
Yeah, and a big reason was that double play that you just saw right there. He had 2 double plays in that outing, 5 in the game for Oregon State. And that sinking action you see out of the bullpen. Think about uptick in velocity, I know Coach Mitch Canham told us he is loving him out of the pen, but that sinking action went down. It gets a ton of ground balls, and that's what you want out of a guy that you can rely on. Hey, he has a rough start, no problem. Bounce him back later in the weekend. He responds, 3 scoreless.
Skied by Miles Bailey, pushing out a play. As the freshman Bailey singled, still a base in the first inning. 0-2. 2 innings from James DeCramer making the start, and now Eric Segura taking over on the mound for Oregon State. Sophomore from Soledad in California. The pitch, way outside. Oregon State used to being in an environment in terms of their backs are against the wall. 4-0 last weekend. So entering play tonight, knowing their season is over if they lose, probably doesn't faze them.
No doubt, and you find out a lot about the personality of your team when your backs are against the wall, and it's only a matter of time before a team takes on that personality of their head coach. And Mitch Canham, he just seems like he's never fazed, and I think that's why you see it translating into his ball club.
2-2. Eric Segura, the pitch. Fouled away by Bailey. Oregon State putting the overshift on. The shortstop Arquette is on the right side of second base. A.J. Singer's out in shallow right, the second baseman. And Trent Caraway, the third baseman's now sliding over to shortstop.
Yeah, you can't do this in the big leagues anymore. You got to have 2 on each side, but Miles Bailey, he's a guy. They do their homework. This is where he hits the ball on the ground.
And he drives one out toward right center field and deep toward the other way. And it's off the wall. Played by Cannon Reeder, and Bailey hustling into second base. And Miles Bailey with a double with 2 down in the top of the third. Just missed a home run.
Yeah, it's a sweet swing right there. 2-strike hitting, a big reason he's having a lot more success as of late. Shortens up a little bit, super quiet swing. Driving it off the wall in right center field, and the whole way you're thinking, I got to get to second base without question. Into scoring position, and he does. Play the game the right way, get rewarded. Knowles, another opportunity to strike back here with 2 outs.
Runner at second for Cal Fisher. Struck out in the first against James DeCramer. That's high ball 1. Fisher with his usual routine in between pitches.
Back to the pitcher. Checking out the fans in the back.
I'm still trying to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, I've never seen it. It's just a part of his swag. Never seen it, though.
Fouls it off. That was 95 from Segura. And Fisher's in no hurry when he gets up there.
Yeah.
It's his time. There he is again, pausing. Kind of looks into the dugout. And it's always the side of the field that Florida State is on.
Yeah.
Ground ball comebacker, knocked down by Segura. Underhands. The Noles are gone in the third. 2 hits, a runner left. Heading to the bottom of the third. 7-3 Beavers. Congrats to Chip Hale and the Wildcats after dropping the opener of that Super Regional in Chapel Hill, coming back. The Conference of Champions returning to Omaha.
Yes.
And Oregon State trying to make it a third.
Yes, they are. West Coast in the house.
Tice Peterson, Jacob Craig, Cannon Reeder, 6, 7, and 8 for Oregon State in the bottom of the third, and a called strike from Peyton Mankin. Peterson, an RBI single, scored a run in the first. Right now, a difficult time of the day for hitters with the pitcher in sunlight and home plate in shadow.
And a big advantage for Oregon State. Up 4 runs with that shadow. Just incredibly tough to pick up. You see it's light out by the mound, so you see the baseball at release, and it gets about halfway, and it'll just shut off on you. It goes dark. And it's those right there. It's the pitchers that are up in the zone that are the toughest. You'll see swings and misses up in the zone. You'll see guys give up on breaking balls up in the zone. You want to try to push it down when those shadows are there.
3-1 on Peterson, the DH. So happy for Chip Hale, who has won a World Series as a coach in the major leagues with the Washington Nationals, manager in the major leagues, coming back to his alma mater, has the most hits in Arizona history as a player, as this one is skied by Peterson out of play. And the only job he would have left Major League Baseball for was his alma mater. And he returned to Arizona, and he has them in the College World Series for the first time since 2021, when they were guided by Jay Johnson, who's now at LSU.
Yeah, fantastic opportunity to come back. You see head coach Mitch Canham trying to follow up.
Popped up, Miles Bailey coming down from first, and he makes the catch moving toward the mound. So Mitch Canham trying to get on this list as well, as Chip Hale won a national championship as a player with Arizona in 1986. The only two that have won the national championship as a player and as a coach to this point. Former Arizona coach Jerry Kindle won it as a player with Minnesota, and three-time national champion as a coach with the Wildcats. And the late Mike Gillespie won it under Rod Dedeaux as a player at USC, and then led the Trojans in 1998 to the national title. So if Mitch Canham joins Chip Hale in Omaha, they have the potential to get onto that list.
Yes, they do. And it's just an incredible opportunity to come back to your alma mater and coach, especially a place where you won a national championship, knowing how hard it is to win in college baseball. But winners, as players, seem to transition really well into winners as coaches.
Jacob Craig 1-1 as Mitch Canham won a national championship playing for the legendary Pat Casey. He was on the back-to-back title teams for Oregon State, 2006 and 2007. As Oregon State has won 3 national championships in the last 20 years.
Unbelievable. 3 national championships and 7 trips to Omaha.
Called strike, and I'd like to refer to them as a new blood in college baseball. In Florida State, the second most appearances in the history of the tournament, that appeared in the Super Regionals more than any other school, have yet to win that elusive national title. As Craig takes it just inside. But Oregon State, it's an amazing story what Pat Casey was able to do here in the Pacific Northwest, because you don't think of baseball in the Northwest per se. A lot of the championships, West Coast, were in Southern California, the Bay Area. As Craig draws a walk, Arizona and Arizona State have combined for 9. USC's won the most, they have 12. And it also kind of makes you scratch your head going, well, my goodness, if the Pac-12 had stayed together, they far and away had the most national championships of any league of those teams combined. Now, they weren't all in the Pac-12 at the time they won them, but you add them up, 27 for those teams.
Yeah, and UCLA, Arizona, Oregon State, Arizona State, Cal, Stanford. I mean, it was absolutely loaded with winners.
UCLA going back to Omaha as a pitch clock violation called against Cannon Reeder, and it's 0-1 before he even sees a pitch from Peyton Menken.
Not getting into the box in time with his eyes up.
3-run homer in the first as he takes a pitch that bounces, blocked by Jackson West.
To win a national championship, everything just has to go so right. It's incredibly hard to win. This is the hardest sport, without a doubt, to win championships in.
It's not, as we know, it's not always the best team that wins it. It's the team that's playing the best.
You got that right. It's the hot team.
And Cannon Reeder gets hit. Second Oregon State batter that's been hit. And there's 2 on with 1 out, and Carson McIntyre, the redshirt freshman, coming up.
And Peyton Menken right there, just trying to go in and just rips that fastball. Nice job, just hanging in there. Base runners.
And the other guy at Arizona I'm really happy for that gets to the College World Series, their standout slugger, their shortstop, Mason White. He's a 3rd-generation Wildcat. His grandfather and his dad both played at Arizona. Didn't make it to Omaha. And Arizona's going for the 19th time. They've won 4 national championships. And the first person in their family to go to Omaha of the 3 is Mason.
That is so cool. That is incredible. Arizona, they knocked us out in the College World Series 2012, the year they went on to win the national championship. Michael Dyer, the pitcher, threw against us twice. But man, to go into North Carolina like that and beat a club that is, in my opinion, they were the most well-equipped team to win a national championship in the ACC. You lose 18-2, backs against the wall. What do? You respond. Watch out for the Cats.
After the mound visit, here's Carson McIntyre. He squares. So after a hit one about 900 feet his last time, he shows bunt.
Yeah, Trent Caraway on deck. Leadoff man, having a ton of success in that leadoff spot throughout the season. 19th game there, and a little bit of small ball. Understanding the importance, 2 runners in scoring position, more pressure pitches.
Pops this one back out of play. But if you watch Oregon State, it shouldn't shock you that they may put one down, but here was McIntyre in the first.
Yeah, they're not afraid to put him down, but I tell you what, you make a mistake up in the zone, make you pay. McIntyre, just his 11th start of the season. Coach Mitch Canham pressing the right buttons.
By the way, McIntyre, that was his first hit in a month. He hadn't had a hit since May 5th over in Honolulu. You got to go back further for his last hit on the mainland.
He's getting hot at the right time. Last 8 hits, 4 home runs.
Pops this one up a mile high near the third base dugout, giving it a look, and West, the catcher, watched it sail a couple of rows back. Not much foul ground here.
Not a ton at all.
As the seats are shoehorned in, tight right up on the field. If you're playing, you can hear everything from the stands.
Yeah, this is something that I loved about Rosenblatt. The stadium was built more upright, and the stands were built for a more intimate setting. In the new stadium, it's absolutely beautiful, incredible atmosphere. But here, it's up, it's close, it's incredibly loud, fun to play in.
2 on, 1 out. Peyton Manka. The pitch. Bounces. Runners take off. Picked up by West. Throws to third. Safe, diving in. Jacob Craig gets to third. And Cannon Reeder up to second base.
Yeah, an aggressive base running right there. Always dangerous to go on a ball that pops to the catcher's left. But if you read it right away and you trust it, you go ahead and take it. It's a fantastic read, getting in there safely. Infield's going to be coming in here.
Manka, the pitch. Check swing, McIntyre, no on appeal. Full count, top of the order for the Beavers on deck.
And an open base here.
And now, before the 3-2 pitch, here comes Micah Posey, the pitching coach for Florida State. Very interesting time for a visit.
Yeah, not sure I've ever seen a mound visit in a 3-2 count. But this is probably to talk about pitch execution here, how they want to attack. There's an open base. See how Manka's feeling.
Have they stopped?
Not one time. Not one time.
Absolutely electric in Corvallis. Not even the hot temperatures will slow them down. And now a pitching change with a full count and 1 out. Runners at second and third. Florida State in mid at bat making a pitching change.
Yeah, and that's a big tell of saying how important this part of the game is. Florida State, they fought their way back in this game a bit. Just a 4-run difference. They feel like this is the turning point in the game for them.
7-3 Beavs and threatening for more. Last of the third.
Beavs lead 7-3 in this ball game. And you see why here in the first inning. All with 2 outs. Peterson, RBI single. Craig, RBI single. Cannon Reeder coming up with the big blow here. Up in the zone, 3-run home run. And how about back-to-back home runs? Carson McIntyre, once again, mistake left up in the zone. And a touchdown. in the first inning for the Beavs.
Wes Mendez just 2/3 of an inning after he was brilliant in the regional final for Florida State against Mississippi State last Sunday night in Tallahassee. And Florida State had the 2-0 lead before that 7-run bottom of the first. And 6 of the 7 runs coming with 2 outs for Oregon State, trying to get back to Omaha for the first time since they won it all in 2018. And an interesting pitching change as Joe Charles, the senior, comes in. The count is full on Carson McIntyre, 1 out. Jacob Craig, the runner, at third. Cannon Reeders at second base.
And a very strange situation for a batter as well. You're settled in against a left-handed pitcher. Here comes Joe Charles, 2.1 innings 2 nights ago. And a 3-2 count. Best pitch is this breaking ball we'll most likely see here.
Grounded, foul, touched by Fisher wide of the bag.
He comes in, attacks with the fastball. Fastball sit in the mid-90s. Big curveball, slider. 81, 82, and a changeup that'll use the left-handed hitters. Big moment in the ball game right now.
Infield in for Florida State, trying to choke off that run at the plate. Joe Charles again, ready. Here comes, and it's ball 4, just missed. Went with that slider, and it was just off the outside with 1 out there loaded. And Trent Caraway back to the top of the order for Oregon State. That walk, by the way, is charged to Peyton Manker.
Fun fact
Charles
there.
inheriting the 3-2 count.
Learned something new for me right there. In a situation there, 3-2 count, you're going for the strikeout. Double play now in order. Trent Caraway coming up to the plate. Reach base safely. 18 games to start the season in this leadoff role. Now there once again, opportunity add on for the Beavers.
Trent Caraway is singled and walked. And a drive, way back, going and left. Grand slam, Oregon State, Trent Caraway. Oregon State pouring it on. It's 11-3 here in the bottom of the third.
And blowing this game open here.
And Joe Charles comes up and in, and plate umpire Darren Heima is bringing the umpires in toward the mound. And you wonder if there's going to be a warning given.
I'd hope not in this situation right here. That's a breaking ball.
And that's the last thing Joe Charles would do.
Oh yeah, you're not ever trying to make a statement with the breaking ball. So I hope the umpires stay away from any warnings here. That's a breaking ball that just got away from them.
There is too much on the line for personal score to settle.
Without question, yeah, that's just a breaking ball that got away from him. By no means is he trying to hit Arquette there.
Arquette has walked, scored a run, and a flyout. He is 0 for 1. But Trent Caraway, a grand slam, his 12th home run of the season. Trent Caraway had 6 home runs the entire regular season. And he has 6 in the NCAA tournament.
Man, oh man, he is hot. 5 home runs in the regional.
Arquette, liner to center. And the hits just keep on coming for the Beavers. And speaking of hits, Trent Caraway got all of it.
Man, he's fired up. Back in that leadoff role, looking for a little spark. The Beavs 15-3 when he is in that leadoff roll, looking for something up in the zone. Pitch one, aggressive hitter. Grand slam, 8-run ball game. It is all Beavs early.
Well, unfortunately for Florida State, Micah Posey's getting his steps in tonight.
Yes, he is.
Early in this game.
Yes, he is.
So Joe Charles, who pitched on Friday, Charles went 2 1/3 innings, was trying to nail it down. He gave up the tying runs in the 9th before it went to the 10th. And now gets roughed up. And the 4th pitcher for Florida State coming in, and we're only in the bottom of the 3rd.
And it's been the bullpen. Throughout the season, Florida State needed to step up. You think about postseason baseball. Bullpen ends up playing a big key, pitching depth. But man, these Beavers, they're incredibly hot. 8-run lead.
Come on, sing it with me. Omaha.
Best time of the year.
Somewhere middle America. 5 tickets punched, 3 more to go, including the winner of our game here tonight. Duke and Murray State forced to a game 3 tomorrow. Coastal Carolina sweeping Auburn. Arizona coming back to beat North Carolina. Louisville beating their conference brethren Miami in game 3 earlier today. Arkansas, speaking of conference brethren, sweeping Tennessee. And then UCLA sweeping UTSA as John Savage and the Bruins are back to the College World Series. Gavin Turley takes ball 1. The new pitcher for Florida State is Chris Kinnear, the 4th pitcher for the Seminoles.
Yeah, the 4th one of the day for the Noles. And another 3-pitch mix, fastball, breaking ball, changeup. Really good stuff. Walks are elevated. Got to be in the zone.
High drive to center. Back it up, Max Williams at the track. Gone! Fourth home run for the Beavers. And they're putting it on Florida State. 13-3. The all-time home run leader in Oregon State history adds to his total.
Big time pop. 13 runs scored today, 10 of them via the big fly. No home runs coming into this game for Oregon State. And now 4 in a season total of 102. They're clicking.
They've homered for the cycle in the first 3 innings. Solo, 2-run, 3-run, and a slam.
In just 3 innings.
19th for Turley this season, 52nd of his career. A 7-run first, 6 more here in the 3rd. Wilson Weber has singled and been hit by a pitch. Chris Kinnear and gets the swinging strike, and Weber is down, 2 gone. Back to the Turley blast.
Once again, elevation in the zone with 2 strikes. And you can't leave it there for Mr. Gavin Turley. 19 home runs on the season. Career home run leader, career RBI leader here in Oregon State. You think about all the great ones that has played here. And a big blow to the Noles right there, down 10.
9th batter of the 3rd, A.J. Singer looks at a strike. Also, Turley has the program record for the most homers in the postseason. That is his 8th career. RBI in the 1st for Singer. He is 0 for 2, has scored a run. But his hustle kept Florida State from turning a double play and open the floodgates for that 7-run first.
Yeah, it's so crazy how one simple play in a ball game can just flip the script for everything.
Fouled away by Singer.
You get to postseason baseball, and every pitch and every play is just magnified by so much. And you get opportunities, and you don't take advantage of them. Credit Singer getting down the line Not a routine double play ball by any means, but just that simple play right there really flipped the script on the Noles so far.
Two and two on A.J. Singer. First appearance at the Super Regional for Chris Kinnear. And it comes in. Tomahawk to right, playable over and in is Gage Harrelson. And he makes the grab, side retired. The Beavs send 9 to the plate. They score 6. It is all Oregon State in game 3.
And the big man in the 3-hole, Gavin Turley. That's Trent Caraway right there, driving it out to deep left center field. And there's the big man, Gavin Turley, driving it out to deep center field. 10-run lead for the Beavs.
In the first 3 innings of game 3, Oregon State is homered for the cycle. Solo, 2-run, 3-run, and a grand slam, and a 13-3 lead here over Florida State.
Yeah, not something that sure I've ever seen. Definitely never seen it in the first 3 innings. Those are video game numbers. Man, and these Beavers, they are clicking on all cylinders.
6, 7, and 8 for Florida State. Drew Farreau, Hunter Carnes, Jackson West against Eric Segura. A 10-run lead to work with. And it's 2-0 on Farreau, who flew out in the first inning.
And if you're the Seminoles here, you're just trying to see as many pitches as you can here. Maybe you're taking a strike, trying to tax the pitcher's arms, down 10 runs. 18 outs to go for the Noles.
Mentally, if you're Florida State, do you just not play the scoreboard in terms of just you're playing it pitch to pitch and trying to find some way to scratch out some offense here?
Definitely, definitely. It's literally one pitch at a time. You got to throw the scoreboard out. So win or go home game, probably taking a strike. And every at bat, trying to find your way into hitters' counts, but it happens one at bat at a time.
3-1 on Farreau. Eric Segura, the pitch. And it's full on Farreau.
And that's what you can't have right there. 3-1 count, down 10 runs. Leaving the strike zone, opportunity for base runners.
Payoff pitch to Farreau. And a leadoff walk and a start for Florida State as we go to the studio in Dari. All right, guys, we'll see if Florida State can mount a comeback here. Runner at first, leadoff walk, Farreau aboard for Hunter Carnes. The fly out his first time up, and it's ball 1.
And you think about Segura sitting on the bench for a long time. It's a long inning for the Beavers on offense. How will he come out and respond here against the Noles?
You don't mind sitting for a long time because your team is scoring. There's a strike.
Yeah, definitely. Without question, but he had a nice inning last inning. And a pitcher, he wants to get back out on that mound as quick as he can, especially when he's feeling good. But no question, if it's going to be a long inning, it's a good thing when your offense is scoring.
1-1. Tied him up, 1-2. Now, while your team is scoring 6 runs, just move around in the dugout.
Yeah, right.
I'm good down here. Keep scoring, guys. I'm good. 1-2. There's a ball grounded foul over near the Beavers dugout. Florida State in their 19th Super Regional. And they had won the Super that they had played in each of the last 3 years, sweeping UConn last year at home. They swept LSU in 2017. They swept Sam Houston State a couple of years prior to LSU. Got him. The bottom fell out of that one.
No, just nasty, right on right changeup right there. And on a right-handed hitter in Hunter Carnes, who's swinging the bat well, but the ultimate equalizer, that changeup. He's got 3 quality pitches, showing off a big one there. First out of the inning.
Furrow at first. Here's Jackson West to ground out in the second. He is 0 for 1. And that's a strike. Jackson West didn't agree. Jackson probably saying, can I get that for my pitcher too?
Right, right. We need that pitch too. That's a strike.
Move to first. Diving back is Furrow. I'd be surprised if Furrow went anywhere. You're down 10 runs.
Yeah, not going anywhere here. Station to station if you're the Noles.
Check swing. No on appeal.
Oof. Close one there.
1-1 on West. Spent his freshman year at Alabama, transferred to Florida State. And Segura makes a move to first. His brother Gage played at Florida State about 10 years ago.
Yeah, right after I left.
West came up big in the postseason last year for Florida State. Had a huge game in Omaha against North Carolina. In the air to right, going over to the alleyway. Hangs up there for Carson McIntyre. Back to first for Rowe, 2 outs, but West was on the All-College World Series tournament team last year. Homered had 4 hits in that game against Carolina last June 18th.
Yeah, he's a scrappy little player, and then he came up with the big walk last night. Had a big double in the regionals last week.
2 outs for Rowe at first. Chase Williams, who homered in the second, will be the batter.
Chase last at bat breaking a 2 for 13 streak.
And he got all of it from James DeCramer. Took a mighty cut at that one for strike 1. I love how casually Wilson Weber makes that pick throw just from his knees. And it's like he catches it and he's just, he's almost not even looking at first.
Yeah, it's like a no-look throw. And he's good back there.
Nibbles to the outside corner.
Think about this pitching staff being able to have a veteran behind home plate to carry this staff throughout the season. Incredibly important.
Oh, 2 on Chase Williams. Segura. And it's ball 1. The catchers that Oregon State had last year with Tanner Smith, who transferred because he wanted to play every day with Wilson Weber here. And he goes to a super regional. Louisville upended them in game 3 earlier today, and Tanner Smith had a good season for the Canes. And Weber's been the everyday guy here. The liner back through the middle, speared by Arquette, and an infield hit for Williams, and Florida State is 2 on.
Yeah, and Arquette showing off his range there, and a hot shot off the bat of Chase Williams. Another hit, 2 for 2 today. Yeah, just tips off the glove, and Arquette stays with it, but way too much speed for Chase Williams to get it out there.
Segura slowed it down. Luckily, he ducked to get out of the way.
That was a hot one right there.
Gage Harrelson, a ground out and a strikeout. He is 0 for 2. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 4th. The pitch. And a strike from Segura. Seven hits now for Florida State.
And it's been the 2-out RBIs in this super regional for the Noles.
And it worked for Oregon State in the first inning tonight with all those 2-out runs. But when you have 2 elite teams that are very similar when you look at their numbers, It's the clutch plays. It's the 2-out hitting.
Yeah,
it's
timely.
the little things that'll win.
Most definitely. Pitching, defense, base running, and timely hitting in the postseason. That's the recipe.
Base running mistakes by Florida State cost them in game one. They had opportunities to break it open. Oregon State, they let them hang around. Last night, the Beavers made mistakes, and Florida State capitalized. An error turns into a run. Walks, a misplay.
Yep. Opportunities for double plays. Extending the inning. Little things.
And it's in there. Harrelson was getting ready to toss the bat away. He thought it was high.
And he's been consistent behind the plate. Home plate umpire Darren Hyman up and away to left-handed hitters. Runners will be in motion here. 3-2 count, 2 outs.
Chopped, charging. Caraway has no play in infield hit. They're loaded for the Seminoles. Bounding ball, weakly hit. To third goes Thoreau. Chase Williams to second. Gage Harrelson is on. And here comes the ACC Player of the Year, Alex Lodis. If the Seminoles are going to get back into this game, here's an opportunity.
Yeah, you need your stars in the biggest moments of ball games. And the Noles down 10 here early. Extending the inning. ACC Player of the Year, ACC Defensive Player of the Year, and a Golden Spikes finalist. Big opportunity here for the Noles.
Lodis 2 for 2 with a run scored. Segura, strike one. Lodis 6 for 10 this year with the bases full. Ground ball, Trent Caraway at third. Tries to tag the runner going by, and he missed him. And a run for Florida State as Caraway lunged at Chase Williams, but he's safe at third base. And it's 13-4 Beavers.
Man, and the Noles catch a big break here on a chopped ground ball. Trent Caraway, you got 2 outs, bases loaded. You want to just go ahead and get this out at first base, and he thinks he has the opportunity to tag Chase Williams, but an incredible acrobatic job to avoid the tag. Noles get another 2-out RBI and extend this inning.
And they're loaded for Max Williams, who homered in the first. You're an infielder. On a play like that, I get it. You see the runner coming at you if you're Caraway, but there's 2 outs. Are you just trying to make the play at first base?
Yeah, you just went outs right away. That ball's hit. You're telling yourself, hey, I'm throwing this ball to first base. He does have time to get it there. Thought he had an easy out, distracted him. No cigar.
Max Williams, a double play ball in the third. 1 for 2. Bases full for the Noles. Fouled off, strike one.
Max, ton of big hits in the postseason. 5 out of his 6 hits. Delivering an RBI. 2 hits last night.
1 strike pitch. Good breaking ball that locked up Max Williams. 0-2 on the Florida State center fielder. One and 2. Williams 3 for 7 this season with the bases full. A run in for the Seminoles. They're loaded with 2 down. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Up and out of the zone with a fastball. Florida State leaves them loaded. They get a run. 13-4 Oregon State. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Game 3 winner to Omaha. And the College World Series, a 13-4 lead for Oregon State. Leading Florida State. The Beavs trying to get back there for the first time since 2018. Florida State was there last year. 4 home runs for Oregon State tonight. They did not hit one in each of the first 2 games.
Yeah, this offense has been on fire from the first inning. 7 runs in the first, 6 runs in the third.
Ball 1 to Tice Peterson. RBI single in that 7-run first, and a 6-run third for Oregon State. Grounded foul by Peterson.
And the goal for these Beavs, getting in that bullpen against Florida State. Wes Mendez, incredibly sharp last week, 8 innings. Season high, 105 pitches. Just did not have his stuff today, and the Beavs took advantage of it early.
Chris Kinnear misses low and away. And you feel for Mendez because he's been so good all season for Florida State. In that weekend rotation with Arnold, Bellini, and Mendez, as good as any rotation in the country.
Yes, it is, and he's had a fantastic season.
Tomahawked, deep to left. Williams back! Gone! 5th home run for Oregon State. 14-4 Beavers. Third of the postseason for Tice Peterson. He had 2 the entire regular season.
And that's exactly what you want out of your guy, Tice Peterson. Been swinging a hot bat as of late. Really got it going last week in the regionals. And the 5th home run for the Beavs. Once again, up in the zone. They are taking advantage.
Now it's Jacob Craig who scored 2 runs. RBI single and a walk. That drops in there for a strike. Clearly they were saving all the offense for tonight.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Backs against the wall. These are the games. Year of the Beavs. That's what Coach Mitch Canham told him. It's supposed to be that way. It's just supposed to be that way. Sure looks like it.
Tied up Jacob Craig, and he's down on strikes. 1 gone here in the 4th.
And Tice Peterson, just 2 home runs in the regular season. Now 3 home runs in the postseason. Up in the zone. A lot of swing and miss there throughout this series for the Beavs, and you have to just give them so much credit for their approach today. Florida State missing up in the zone consistently. The way to attack pitches up in the zone, you're thinking tomahawk. You're thinking about being on top, hitting the ball on the ground, and you get home run results from that. 5 home runs today.
Cannon Reeder, 3-run shot in the first, lays one down, out behind the plate. Jackson West gets him at first. 2 outs.
And you think about a 10-run ball game, and not oftentimes you see bunts, but this is the postseason. If they're going to give you a hit, you will try to take it. There's no letting up in the postseason. And you see Cal Fisher playing way back there. Ball's just bunted off the end of the bat, and a nice job behind home plate jumping out there by Jackson West.
The umpires are getting together here, and not sure what this is all about, as our plate umpire, Darren Hyma, who is our crew chief, summoned the crew in front of the plate.
I couldn't tell. It looked like Cannon Reeder on the way back. Looked like there were some words exchanged with him and Jackson West.
Emotions are running high on both sides. There's so much on the line.
Yes, there is. And that's probably Jackson West right there saying, hey, while you're bunting up 10, this is the postseason though, man. There's no letting up. You continue to pour it on. Florida State, they're a great offense. Some frustrations, like you said.
Order restored. 2 outs. Carson McIntyre. Solo shot in the first. He walked and scored in the 3rd. Breaking ball strike from Chris Kinnear.
Can't say enough about this button. Mitch Canham pushed today. Carson McIntyre into the lineup. Reached base safely twice today with the big fly and a walk.
Chased one there. Also putting Caraway back in the leadoff spot.
Man, what a move.
Right after Florida State got 2 in the first, a single to come right back, and a slam out of the top spot in the order in the 3rd inning for Caraway.
And to make that kind of move this late in the postseason and for your team to respond like this.
Strike 3 called. McIntyre is gone. So are the Beavers, but another run. We're through 4, 14-4. Oregon State. Tonight's Capital One rewarding performance. The onslaught for the Beavers offense and the big fly.
Yeah, a ton of home runs today, 5 of them. Mistakes up in the zone. This team back against the wall. Trip to Omaha on the line. No home runs coming into this game. 2 games in the Super Regional, but I tell you what, it's all about timely hitting, and no better time to get this offense rolling on all cylinders. 14 runs in just 4 innings played today, and a 14-4 lead for the Beavs.
Five home runs for Oregon State in the first 4 innings tonight, and a 10-run lead. Keep in mind, there is no 10-run rule in the NCAA tournament, which you have in the regular season. Middle third of the order for the Noles: Miles Bailey, Cal Fisher, Drew Farrow, and it's ball 1 to Bailey. And the 5 homers tonight by Oregon State, a new program record for a postseason game.
Man. And you could see what happens, man, hitting so contagious throughout a lineup. A little bit of belief in that first inning. Haven't let up.
Fouled off by Miles Bailey. 2-1 on the slugger. Eric Segura, after James DeCramer started for Oregon State, and a swing and a miss evens the count.
And there's that nasty breaking ball once again. 2-1 count for the Noles, leaving the strike zone. Segura just showing off that big time arsenal.
Overshift on defensively. Segura delivers, and it's ball 3. By the way, see the Pac-12 logo there? Friends are back.
They're back.
Double stack.
Loaded up.
It's a big night.
It's a big night.
It's game 3. They're ready to go.
2 hours, too. Just the 4th inning, excuse me, the 5th inning.
Bailey draws a walk as Segura missed with a backdoor breaking ball. And for the 2nd consecutive inning, a leadoff walk for Florida State. 3rd straight frame the leadoff guy has reached.
Yeah, and Florida State so far throughout the Super Regional, just 9 of 19 guys have reached base safely to start the inning. And you mentioned 3 times tonight.
Cal Fisher, the hitter, 0 for 2. They had the sense that there was going to be a game 3 tonight as they were pacing themselves toward the end of game 2. We saw the water back there behind the plate.
I think we're going to see the highest beer tower so far tonight.
A double stack. And now Rich Dorman will make a mound visit. But you also have the Pac-12 logo right near our adult beverages that have been finished by our friends. And you're going, well, Oregon State, they're not playing in the Pac-12 this year. That's correct. The Pac-12, as you're probably well aware, dispersed. 4 teams going to Big Ten, including UCLA. It's on to Omaha. 4 teams went to the Big 12, including Arizona. That's to the College World Series. Cal and Stanford joined Florida State in the ACC, leaving Washington State and Oregon State. The Beavers elected to go independent. Washington State played in the Mountain West this year. But Oregon State, this was a decision by Mitch Canham and the administration, Scott Barnes, the athletic director at Oregon State, to go this route because they felt it gave them the best chance for an opportunity like this. They were able to schedule who they wanted. Of course, the other side has to agree. But they played an aggressive schedule, a lot of road games. They were rewarded for it with the number 8 national seed playing that independent schedule.
Yeah, and they played the RPI game, and it worked out for them. They played just 19 home games in the regular season this season. And I'm sure it did come down to, at the end, 8 versus 9, Florida State and Oregon State. Who's going to host Oregon State with the better RPI, and it paid off.
And Oregon State will play as an independent for one more year. Next year, and then Mitch Canham and the rejoined Pac-12, which will have a different look. In 26-27, that one goes to the backstop, and Bailey scoots up to second base. Washington State and Oregon State will be joined in the Pac-12. So far, San Diego State, Fresno State both have baseball. Gonzaga is coming to the Pac-12. They don't have a football program. The Pac-12 still needs to get at least one more football program in, as Fisher laid on a fastball. But their commissioner, Teresa Gould, has been doing a phenomenal job of rebuilding this league. Schools like Boise State, Colorado State, Utah State will be a part of it. And there's still another team we're waiting to see who that's going to be.
Yeah, they're building that thing back up nicely.
Fisher down on strikes. One gone, Drew Farrell coming up. And here's what Oregon State has had to do this year. When you look at all the miles they traveled, they went to Honolulu for a series, played Iowa in Iowa, played Nebraska on the road, played Oregon down the road. That was the closest road games that they had. They went down to Arizona and Texas for some tournaments early, where they got some good competition, had a win, for example, against Virginia. But a heavy laden schedule from West Coast teams, primarily some big West schools. They played Irvine, Fullerton, Long Beach State, Cal Poly, who was an NCAA tournament team. They scheduled as aggressively as they could and had some unique experiences along the way.
Oh boy, did they ever. Trip to Nebraska.
Where they were stranded at the airport.
At the airport.
And
the worker.
So there was a long line. Only one shop was open for them to get food when they were at that airport after a lengthy delay. And there was only 2 workers at this fast food place. And there's a long line of Beavers lining up. They all want to get their sandwiches or whatever they were getting. And literally they watched a verbal spout between the 2 co-workers at this restaurant at the airport. It wasn't really a restaurant, it was just a fast food place. And one of them quit right in front of Oregon State.
No more food for anybody.
And Mitch Canham's begging this, hey, come on, please come back.
Not now.
Please, we just need your help. And it's ball 4, and Farrell draws a walk. And there's now 2 on for Florida State. And the Noles stringing together some good at-bats. 2 on, 1 out. And Hunter Carnes will be the batter. And that's going to be it for Segura. They traveled nearly the circumference of the earth this season. 20 true road games, another 15 neutral site games, and the home record, which includes the action so far this weekend and last weekend.
Yeah, and you think about all that travel and the ability for these guys to have to stick together, long bus rides, sitting in airports for a long time. You know, I can't help but think back to my minor league days, and you get to the big leagues, and there's a point where you almost look back at the minor leagues and you miss it from that family bonding experience of just pushing each other forward, all those tough times and long nights. That's what sticks out to you, and you always remember.
Mitch Canham thought it helped this team bond and bring them together with what they went through. New pitcher as Segura exits. 14-4 Beavers in the 5th. Die the tickets punched. You look at Coastal Carolina, won the 2016 national title when they beat The Arizona Wildcats, a blue blood program going back to Omaha, four-time champ of the Wildcats. Dan McDonald of Louisville heading back to Omaha. Arkansas, John Savage has a national title. The Bruins are heading to the College World Series. A.J. Hutchison takes over. 2 on, 1 out. Second appearance this weekend for Hutchison.
Yeah, submarine guy. Comes from behind a right-handed hitter. Frisbee slider, meaning it's extremely lateral. Runs across the entire zone. He'll mix in a changeup to left-handed hitters. He'll also come up top, and you'll see 94 against lefties.
Strike one to Hunter Carnes.
Just an incredibly tough matchup for right-handed hitters. The ball's coming from back behind you. You almost have to turn toward the shortstop to be able to pick it up. A lot of ground balls from guys like this.
One strike pitch. That one runs inside with Carnes backing away. Hutchison went an inning and 2/3 on Friday, giving up a run with a couple of strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. James DeCramer started, 2 1/3 from Segura, and now Hutchison. That runs away.
It's a constant yo-yo with right-handed hitters against these side armors. It starts from behind you, so you're looking for the ball to start at you. What makes it tough is when they're able to command the inner half of the plate, the right-handed hitters.
Fouled away by Carnes. 0 for 2, a fly out and a strikeout for the freshman DHing tonight.
An incredibly important at bat here with 2 lefties. 3 lefties back behind him in West and Williams and Harrelson. Got the righty up here in Carnes. That's why Hutchinson's in this ball game.
Line drive center and a base hit for Carnes. They're going to hold the runner Miles Bailey at third as Cannon Reeder fires it in, and they're loaded for Florida State. The Noles are not going away.
Yeah, there's no fight in this ball club right here. Continuing to push forward. That's a ball right there as well. Miles Bailey could have scored on, but down 10, no need to make any close plays at the plate. You got the bases loaded with the lefty coming up to bat.
Jackson West 0 for 2. Ground out and a fly out. Hutchison. Ball 1.
When you think about it from a left-hander's perspective, he's got a clear view. You'll see Hutchison, 93, 94, 95 from up top. He will mix that in to left-handed batters.
Strike call. West is 0 for 7 this year with the bases full. Line drive out to left center. Hustling over, and the catch made by Gavin Turley. Tagging Miles Bailey. Scores. Staying at second is Thoreau. And a sac fly from West brings in a run. It's 14-5 Beavers.
Yeah, and a nice piece of hitting right there, but you will take that all day if you're the Beavers. Trade that out for a run. Bases loaded, 1 out. Now up 9 runs.
2 on, 2 out. Chase Williams is 2 for 2 tonight. Homered and singled. After a rough first couple of games at the plate, he looks dialed in tonight.
Yes, he does, and this is a dynamic part of this lineup. Noles, opportunities, not a ton left in the middle of this ball game. They need to cash in on every opportunity they can if they want to hang in.
So far, the Noles have stranded 22 runners in this Super Regional, including 5 already tonight. And they have struck out 34 times in the first 2+ games.
Yeah, it's rough. And we talked to Link Jarrett before the game yesterday, and speaking about game 1, he said we had many opportunities to put that game away. We just could not cash them in.
The pitch on the ground, into right. Chase Williams, a base hit. They're going to hold the runner. Drew Farrow at third is charging it. Carson McIntyre rifles it in. And they're loaded again. Top of the order coming, and Gage Harrelson.
And Noles just continuing to fight and fight. 2-strike hitting right there for Chase Williams. Short swing right to the baseball. Once again, you hold them there. 2 outs, you're never afraid to make the last out at home plate, but when you're down 9 runs, middle of a ball game, you do hold them up here. Top of the order, and a lefty against Hutchison.
Williams now 3 for 3. Strike 1 to Gage Harrelson. One strike pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Harrelson.
Back-to-back frisbee sliders there. With 2 strikes, he will come up top. Change up the look against the left-handed hitter. You see Harrelson 5 for 8 this season with the bases loaded.
This one will get out of play. Florida State has scored at least 1 run in each or 4 of the first 5 innings tonight. The third is the only frame they did not score a run. They had 2 hits in that inning. They've had chances to really put some runs on the board. They've got 5 way inside.
Yeah, and 5 runs, that's the most runs they've scored in this Super Regional so far. As you see him go over the top there. How about that? 93 from up top, and he lives down below 89, 90. It's a nice weapon to have out of the back end of the bullpen.
The 1-2. Weekly hit, a bouncer. On a backhand top play, cracked to the bag. Close out is Harrelson. The pitcher Hutchison getting over at Florida State will challenge this, it looks like.
Yeah, without question, they're going to challenge this one. Any close play. Gotta believe Link Jarrett's going to ask him to take a peek at it.
Florida State is challenging play at first base. The previous play is under review.
You get 2 challenges. Here's another look at the close play at first.
And a good read there, going to attack that short hop, and a little bit of indecision. He thinks he's going to take it himself, realize he doesn't have time, and just a little bit of a traffic jam.
Hard to tell from that angle.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
But the other thing, Devin, if he runs through the bag,
it's faster.
Could be a different outcome.
Yes, it's definitely faster to run through the bag. This is going to be our best look right here. Oh, man.
I think he saved.
Looks like he beat it.
I think because you look at the steps, and the timing was thrown off for A.J. Hutchison coming over.
Yep. That little bit of indecision threw off his timing. He started to chop his feet. Then his feet were a little bit out of order. And Harrelson looks like he does just get in there in time.
And keep in mind that orange bag on the outside is for the runner. The white bag is for the defender on plays at first base.
And he does hit the orange part of the bag right there.
I think Harrelson got the hand on the orange bag first. We bring in our rules expert from the studio, Jeff Henricks, longtime umpire. Jeff, what do you see on this play? Having some technical difficulties with Jeff. From that angle, but it's hard to tell when Hutchison hits the bag.
Yeah, especially from that angle right there.
And also to kind of confuse everything, he's got white spikes.
Yeah, that does make it much tougher to see.
From that angle right there.
Looks like he's in there.
I think he's in there.
Yeah.
But again, it has to be definitive proof. To overturn, the call on the field was out.
Yeah, in this view right here, it's just incredibly hard to be able to see it. But that other view, I'm with you, Rox. I think he got in there safely.
We got our gremlins worked out as we bring back in Jeff Henricks. All right, Jeff, what do you see on this play?
Yeah, I'm sure they the batter runner's hand.
We apologize for the technical issues we're having with our rules expert, longtime umpire Jeff Henricks, who was trying to break it down for us. But what I gathered, Devin, was we saw the same thing.
Yeah. Looks like Harrelson's hand got in just in time. A little bit of hesitation.
And Florida State challenged the call at first base.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. Runner is safe. Florida State retains 2 challenges.
So the call is overturned, and the video evidence, to me, showed that the hand got in first from Harrelson, but the timing was off. That's what caused it for Oregon State, why Harrelson was able to reach.
Yeah, and just a little bit of indecision. A great decision initially to go attack that ground ball. But the speed of Harrelson, Craig realized he did not have time to take the ball to the bag himself. The flip, feet were messed up, and the inning was extended.
I still think he should have run through the base, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Without question.
Alex Lodis, Hutchison misses high, a run is in, 14-6 Beavers with the overturned call. And it's an infield hit for Harrelson. And the way Oregon State played it, unfortunately, they played it into a hit.
Yes, they did.
Lodis 2 for 3.
Once again, the star of this Florida State club up with the big opportunity.
In the air to left. Gavin Turley drifting back onto the track. Backs up and makes the catch right in front of the wall. Just missed it. Alex Lodis hits one to the wall. And now all the Oregon State fans can exhale. 14-6, Oregon State with the lead. The big inning for the Beavers. They've hit 5 home runs. Program record for an NCAA tournament game. A 7-run first and a 6-run third. Florida State not going away. They nearly clawed right back into the game, and a ball that died at the wall off the bat of Alex Lodis, the ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah, just one cheeseburger short right there for Alex. Gave it a run, but stayed in the yard, and Hutchison found a way to get out of that inning.
Top of the order, Trent Caraway, Iva Arquette, Gavin Turley against Kinnear, and a called strike from Chris Kinnear.
And Turley perfect on the day. 2 for 2, that big grand slam and a walk.
One ball, 1 strike on Caraway. Caraway was 0 for 8 in the first couple of games here this weekend, after a huge regional last weekend. And it's a strike from Kinnear. He was the Corvallis Regional Most Outstanding Player. He is now homered in 6 of the last 8 games and 7 of the last 10.
Half of his home runs in the postseason. 6 out of 12.
On the ground, cut off to his left. Cal Fisher slings it onto first. 1 away. The Men's College World Series returns to Omaha. The action begins next Friday, June 13th at 2 Eastern, live on ESPN. For more information on the 2025 Men's College World Series, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Called strike to Iva Arquette. 5 tickets punched, 3 more up for grabs.
It's exciting, man. Trip to Omaha, Nebraska. Every player's dream. Watch out for Coastal. Man, I mean, they are playing some baseball down the stretch. Fantastic year from start to finish. Offensive juggernaut. A lot of young arms last year. And that Clemson Regional returned. Stepped up big time this year.
Gets past the sliding Alex Lodis, and that skips into left for Iva Arquette with his second hit tonight. Looked like some indecision. Lodis wasn't comfortable going after it.
Yeah, without question, in the second you have indecision, you got to just hope your body takes over and tells you to go. And you see here, sharply hit. He's not sure, he freezes. Do I drop step or do I go get it? The second you're indecisive, you run yourself into no man's land in between hop. And Arquette rewarded with the single.
He's aboard for Turley. He's got a home run tonight. His 52nd career blast. And it's ball one. Yeah, but for Coastal Carolina to go to the Plains and sweep a super regional from Auburn.
Man, number 4 overall seed. Rowdy environment. It's those hot teams, right? When you think about Coastal Carolina, the run they made.
In the air to right, going back is Harrelson at the track, and he makes the catch halfway onto the warning track. Just falls shy of the right field bleachers. 2 gone. Arquette back to first. And again, the ticket's punched. Now, Arkansas, the highest seed left at 3, considering the top 2 seeds were bounced last weekend.
Yeah. How about the Louisville Cards, too, Rox? I mean, they didn't even make a regional last season. And that job that Coach Dan McDonald did turning that program around. A juggernaut in the ACC ever since they've joined. What a response by them this year.
Gold strike to Wilson Weber. And then UCLA, for example, a young team that took their lumps for John Savage last year. They had 9 Pac-12 wins a year ago. UCLA didn't even qualify for the Pac-12 tournament in Scottsdale. As the top 9 teams went, they were left out. And then here a year later, the Bruins are headed to the College World Series.
Yeah, college baseball, man, it's year to year. Every time you look at the rosters and you check the year prior, they almost look completely different. Do a nice job of hammering the transfer portal. You bring in those freshmen that you think can make an impact early, and you have the opportunity to flip your program around in just the season.
And John Savage at UCLA has always been known for pitching. He might have the best position player in the country. We talk about these 2 shortstops we have here between Iva Arquette and Alex Lodis. Rock Chalowski of UCLA is sensational.
And just a sophomore, right? Man.
There's a lot of scouts that feel if Chalowski was to come out this year, he could be the top overall pick.
Wow.
Throw to first by West, and Arquette dancing off the bat gets back.
And that's saying something because this draft is absolutely loaded at the top. Ethan Holiday, Jamie Arnold, Iva Arquette, Cade Anderson.
Runner goes, fouled away by Wilson Weber. Weber 1 for 2, has also been hit by a pitch.
And 3-2, 2 outs. Arquette's just going to be off on the pitch.
Here it comes. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Kinnear gets the punch out. The Beavs, 1 hit, 1 left. We're through 5 in game 3. Heading to the 6th. Heart of the order for the Noles. 14-6 Beavs. Oregon State flexing their muscle as we go to the 6th. The Beavers have hit 5 home runs and a 14-6 lead in this game 3 against Florida State. Hardly order Max Williams, Miles Bailey, Cal Fisher against A.J. Hutchison of Oregon State. And it's ball 1 to Max Williams, a 2-run homer back in the 1st.
And the Noles with just 12 outs left. Offensively, every pitch matters for these Noles. Late in ball games, Florida State, they've been known to start taking a strike as outs are begin to become at a minimum.
That one turned around to Max Williams, a sharp single. Florida State has more hits now. 12-11, they're out hitting Oregon State.
And it's been those big flies, right? The big 5 home runs, 11 of 14 runs scored for Oregon State. But Max Williams continuing to swing that hot bat. 2 hits yesterday and a sharp knock right back up the box here. 2 hits again today.
Leadoff base runner. Miles Bailey is 2 for 2, a single, a double. He's also walked and scored a run. And Bailey looks locked in at the plate.
Yes, he does.
As he gets fooled and it's a strike.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason right there, right? Big advantage for left-handed hitters from those right-handed submarine guys. Here's a little wrinkle for you, Miles, 91 right down the chute.
It's a better time now for the batters because shadows have fully engulfed the ballpark. And it's 0-2.
Yeah, the shadows are all gone and back-to-back. From Hutchison up top.
Max Williams at first, Hutchison. And a ball hit in the air right and deep. This one's hit a ton. It is gone. Miles Bailey unloads his 19th home run, and it's 14-8 Oregon State.
The Noles, they just keep coming. There's no quit in these fellas right here. Back-to-back left-handed hitters against Hutchison. Now 6-run ball game. Noles have scored multiple runs in 3 out of 6 innings and scored at least a run in 5 out of 6.
Second homer of the Super Regional for Bailey. Nobody out. Cal Fisher, the batter for the Seminoles. And he's tied up with strike 1. Fisher 0 for 3 has struck out twice. And the scorching pace that Bailey is on here down the stretch. He did have an 8-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. But he's homered now in 7 of the last 9. Backing up on it, A.J. Singer from the outfield grass throws out Fisher.
And you try it 3 times to Miles Bailey, a guy that just keeps getting better and better. Right off the bat, he knew it, trying to fire up his boys. Cutting into this Oregon State lead. Over the scoreboard, man, that's big-time power. And a big shot for the Noles. Trying to show some life.
Now Drew Farrow for Florida State. And it's ball 1 from Hutchison. Bailey, so he's homered in 7 of the last 9. 8 home runs in the last 9 games for the all-ACC freshman team member.
And 19 home runs on the season. 8 of them over the last month plus. Just a freshman, draft eligible sophomore as well.
Farrow backs up. And it's 3-0 now. You had a big lead. You're Mitch Cannon. Especially a game of this magnitude, you never feel great until you get the 27th out. But I have to imagine you were feeling pretty good about things. Up 10 runs. It's now a 6-run lead. But until you get that 27th out, that uneasiness for Mitch Cannon will not go away.
Oh, no, it will not. And Oregon State proved that in the first game. Last out's the hardest out to get in the ball game. Hutchison just trying to give as much length as he can. A lot of left-handed hitters in this Florida State lineup.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. First strikeout for Hutchison.
And that'll give head coach Mitch Cannon a little bit of sigh of relief. Fastball right down the middle, coming all the way back from a 3-0 count. Trusting his stuff. And a big strikeout. But you're right, Rox. I mean, in postseason baseball, you know, those 6-run leads, they don't feel like the normal 6-run lead. You know, you just feel like the tides can turn so quickly every single time the base runner's on. Everything is just extremely magnitude and it's heightened by so much. And you're right about the head coach Mitch Cannon. Just these moments right here, you're like, oh man, find a way just to get out of this inning. High stress environments.
Plus, Mitch Cannon knows how lethal the Florida State attack is. And that's also what causes some of that uneasiness. Even though he's got what was a comfortable lead, is still 6 runs is still pretty comfortable, but you also know what's on the other side.
Yeah, definitely. It's a ball club that can leave the yard at any time, 1 through 9.
And they're scoring in every inning but 1 so far.
Yeah.
The Beavers have used the big inning tonight. 7 in the first, 6 in the third, another in the fourth. Hunter Carnes past the diving first baseman Jacob Craig into right. And Carnes with a couple of hits.
That's just another freshman that keeps getting better and better. Just so tough against a drop-down right-handed hitter. Gets it out over the plate, exactly what you're looking for against a pitcher like this, and it just sneaks under the glove of a diving Jacob Craig.
Pitching coach Rich Dorman out of the third base dugout for Oregon State. Hard to see if there is action in the bullpen, as the bullpens here beyond the wall and left are tucked underneath. And it appears we are getting a pitching change, and they're going to go with Zach Kometz. So the right-hander coming out of the bullpen, the freshman from Albuquerque, will take over. A runner at first, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th for Florida State. 14-8. Seminoles trying to come back against the Beavers. With a long ball for Oregon State. They used it in the regional round. They hit 15 last weekend in their 5 games. They've hit 5 tonight after not homering in game 1 or 2 of the Super Regional.
Yeah, Reeder and McIntyre, Caraway, Turley, Peterson, the big fly. And this is an offense. Nearly 40% of their runs all year long have been scored via the home run, and 11 of 14 tonight have been scored via that big fly. And you get to postseason baseball and you think about hitting the long ball. It's important. It's hard to string multiple innings and hits together where you score a ton of runs. You got to be able to leave the park in one swing. And boy, oh boy, 5 home runs in a winner-go-home game. Great timing.
5, 6, and 7 for the Beavers in the 6th. A.J. Singer, Tice Peterson, Jacob Craig against Chris Kinnear, has done a nice job out of the bullpen for Florida State. He's gone 2 2/3 with 4 strikeouts. And he's battled and trying to keep Oregon State down and allow the offense to come back.
Yes, he has. He's attacked the strike zone.
In the air, playable in left. Chase Williams waiting for it to come down. 1 out. A.J. Singer retired. Here is Tice Peterson. He homered in the 4th. 2 for 3 tonight. RBI single in the first inning as well.
And he's been showing signs over the last week or so of being a guy that's able to carry the bottom part of this order. It's been big for Oregon State this weekend. In that first game, it was 7, 8, and 9. That really packed a mean punch. So you think about a complete lineup, being able to attach everybody 1 to 9. Tonight they showed that off.
And the bottom of the order is what rallied against Joe Charles in game 1, fueling that comeback. Peterson, strike call, or rather tipped into the glove of the catcher, West. And it's 1-1 on the Beavers DH, but it was those bottom guys in the order. Craig, who was hitting 9th, had the game-tying hit.
What a blessing to have a guy like that, with that kind of power in the 9-hole, up to the 7-hole today. Great adjustment he's made, paying off big dividends in the postseason.
Good pitch from Kinnear. 2-2 on Tice Peterson.
And the more outs, the more zeros you continue to throw up on that scoreboard. Florida State offense beginning to believe.
On appeal, no. And the count is run full on the Beavs DH. Peterson had a terrific weekend last weekend, although it was a late scratch Monday. Prior to the regional final, he's been battling shin splints for a while. Reaching for it in the air, slicing toward the corner, a long run into foul ground and disappearing down there, but it looks like, yes, the catch was made by Gage Harrelson.
And this is the benefit right here of having 3 center fielders all in the outfield, staying with that ball, continuing to twist away. Harrelson under control, nice catch, 2 outs in the inning for the Noles.
Now it's Jacob Craig for Oregon State. RBI single and a run in the first, walked and scored in the third. 1 for 2, and it's ball 1. Three and a third for Chris Kinnear. He's thrown 45 pitches. Rather 46 and 47. A leaping catch at second. Drew Farrow robbing Craig of a hit. Timed his leap perfectly. We have a 1-2-3 inning for the first time tonight. Sun setting here in Corvallis, and Florida State hoping it doesn't set on their season. We go to the 7th, 14-8 in this winner-take-all game 3. Chase Williams, 3 for 3 with a homer, will lead it off against Zach Kamatz, and strike 1 for the freshman, who's a big power arm out of the bullpen.
Man, that's a heavy fastball, and it's a ton of action on that ball as well. Ride up in the zone, a little bit of sink when down, mix in a cutter, slider, ton of swing and miss on his breaking stuff. Just another freshman, man. I mean, just continuing to roll guys out of that bullpen.
17th appearance, all in relief for Kamatz. First appearance this weekend as Williams flares one down the left field side, out of play. Kamatz worked on Monday against USC. He went 3 shutout innings with 7 strikeouts, throwing a season most 50 pitches against the Trojans.
And you see that too, just 7 walks in 23 and a third innings. More than a strikeout a man. '97.
Following in his older brother's footsteps, coming to Oregon State. Ball top to first. Jacob Craig fields a race to the bag, and Craig just does beat Chase Williams for out number 1.
And about as close as it gets right there. Craig doing a nice job right there. But Chase, big time speed, making it close at first base. Just in time.
Down low, ball 1 to Harrelson. Top of the order, Harrelson 2 for 4 with an RBI. Kamatz at the knees and a strike call. Evens the count.
A ton of credit right there to Weber, working underneath that baseball, presenting that ball well to the umpire.
And looking into the dugout, did someone from Florida State just get tossed? Darren Heimel looking in. He wrote something down, but I don't think there was an ejection. I think it was just a warning into the Florida State dugout.
Yeah, Florida State unhappy with that call, barking. Home plate umpire Darren Hyman putting it into it quickly.
That one low. Three and 1 on Harrelson. Zach Kamatz, the pitch. Out of play.
If you're Kamatz right here, you're just coming right at him. 6-run lead, trust your stuff, let your defense go to work. If you're Harrelson, you know he's coming at you.
You don't want to give away free base running.
No, sir.
And it's strike 3 call. And Harrelson frustrated going back to the dugout.
Man. 2 strikes, big arm on the mound. And I tell you what, you get that call, it's going to be tough to have much success. Credit Weber behind the plate again. That's a tough strike 3 call right there. 97, probably off the plate a bit. But he gets a call.
2 outs. Strike to Alex Lodis. Lodis 2 for 4 tonight. Hit sharply, past third, foul. This is another impressive arm run out there by Mitch Cannon.
Man, they just keep coming. And this is the team with that kind of bullpen, the depth that you need to make a deep run into the postseason, position yourself to win a national championship. You think about the importance of having Weber behind the plate, all these young arms continuing to come out of the bullpen, but you got a veteran back behind the plate to keep these young guys under control in these big moments.
1 and 2. In the air to right, slicing toward the corner, and this one pushes foul. 96 from Kometz. Seems like every arm they bring out of the bullpen is a power arm.
Yes,
even
it
the
is.
Sidewinder Hutchison.
Yeah, right. 88 to 91 from down there. A pop up top, 94. 15 underclassmen on this roster for the Beavers.
There are major league bullpens that don't have this arm power. Skied out of play by Lodis.
That's very true. Keljo on the back end of this bullpen, a lefty. Made starts this year, up to 97 as well from the left-hand side. A very highly draft-rated prospect.
Two and 2. Oregon State, who lost in a super last year at Kentucky. Their bats just went cold at the wrong time against outstanding Kentucky pitching. Lodis reaches for it to stay alive.
And a great battle by Lodis. Timing was off early on in this series. Looks like he's settling back in. Seeing a lot of pitches, fouling off those tough pitches. ACC Player of the Year, one of the best players in the entire country. Putting on a battle here, trying to fight for his nose.
Hit sharply on the ground. Scooped up, A.J. Center. And Oregon State has their first 1-2-3 inning. Turned in by a pitcher tonight. We're stretching in Corvallis to the bottom of the 7th. The Beavers up 14-8. The Beavers' power has been on display tonight, and it started early for their offense.
Yeah, it sure did. Back-to-back home runs from Cannon Reeder and a solo shot from Carson McIntyre, just his 11th start of the season. And then Trent Caraway in that leadoff spot again, 19th time this season. How about a grand slam driven deep into left center field? And the Beavs fired up, but they weren't done yet. 4 home runs, this time straightaway center field by Gavin Turley. 2-run shot off the hitter's eye, and then the last one of the day, Tice Peterson, a guy that's continuing to get hot and swinging that bat in a way that this Oregon State offense needs in the middle part of this lineup. 11 of 14 runs today scored on the big fly.
It's our game track with the Beavs up 14-8. 7-run first, a 6-run third. Program record 5 homers for NCAA tournament game tonight. Florida State, Miles Bailey has had a great night at the plate. And they're trying to claw back after trailing at 7-2 after 1. New pitcher for the Seminoles here in the bottom of the 7th. 8-9-1 for the Beavers. Cannon Reeder, Carson McIntyre, Trent Caraway against Peyton Prescott, who was dominant in game 2 out of the bullpen for Florida State.
Yeah, his first time hitting 100 miles per hour all year long. 2 innings pitch, not a run allowed, no hits. It's a big time fastball, sharp breaking ball, and a changeup. You see 98 right out of the gate.
He struck out 4 last night. As the sophomore, the transfer, Prescott, got the save in game 2. Hit on the ground on 1 hop. Taken by Miles Bailey for the out. And there's 1 away, so Prescott takes over for Chris Kinnear, who went 3 2/3 with 4 strikeouts.
Man.
The numbers for Prescott this year.
And Chris Kinnear was fantastic today, and the reason you see Prescott back-to-back days, the Noles down 6 runs late, one of their best arms out of the pen. They're trying to make sure they can continue to throw up zeros, give their offense their best chance to get back in this ball game.
The transfer from Jacksonville. Carson McIntyre homered in the first. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Has also scored a run, or 2 runs rather, on a walk, and came around in the 3rd. On deck, Trent Carraway in the top of the order. And you wonder, he got 97 there, but responding after pitching 2 innings last night. The turnaround for Prescott.
Yeah, just 33 pitches last night, but no doubt every pitch was high leverage.
That ball is hammered deep, but foul.
This freshman was on the bench last night, Rox, but you think he took note? 98 to 100, I'm ready to go.
He keeps swinging like he's been swinging tonight. He's not going to be on the bench very much.
No, sir.
There was that breaking ball in there from Prescott.
Great little response there, breaking ball on the outer half of the plate.
2-2 on Carson McIntyre, the redshirt freshman. And that's strike 3 in there from Prescott. And there's 2 gone here in the last of the 7th inning. Back to the top of the order in Carraway.
I mentioned Carraway back in that leadoff spot. Beavs were 15-3 to start the season. When you think about late season adjustments of lineups, incredibly tough to be able to respond to that as a lineup. You come in, you see it, you go, man, everything looks completely different. But we mentioned the family, the travel, the togetherness, next man up mentality. They took upon this challenge. And off to a really good start.
Carraway, the grand slam, back in the 3rd. Also singled in that 7-run first when Oregon State sent 11 to the plate. He also walked in the 1st inning. And now here comes Link Jarrett, and this is not a good sign for Prescott. It looks like the athletic trainer is coming out to the mound with the head coach for the Seminoles.
Oh, it's not good. Man.
And Prescott looked into the dugout, and when he did, that was a signal something's not right.
Yeah. Always a scary sight when a pitcher throws a pitch. Trainer, head coach head right out and is walking off the mound. Terrible to see.
Peyton Prescott will have to exit because of the injury, which allows a reliever, whoever comes in for Florida State, as much time as needed to get ready.
It's so sad.
And you feel for Prescott, who was so good last night. And then trying to bounce back, trying to help his team any way he can with his season on the line for Florida State. The transfer from Jacksonville, Prescott, you see the live arm that he has and the high velocity that he can bring. And you're just hoping it's nothing serious. You're hoping it was just a scare more than anything for Prescott.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. That's what everybody's hoping for Peyton Prescott. He only threw 33 pitches last night in 2 innings. A reliever can bounce back and throw the next day. Just got to hope everything's all right with him.
Connor Holtz jogging in for the bullpen. He needs to stay out there until he is ready to come in. Then he'll get his allotted 8 warm-up throws from the main mound. But until he is ready, he can warm up in the bullpen because of the injury to Peyton Prescott. 14-8, Oregon State, bottom of the 7th, and a new pitcher. I think they remember 2018 around these parts and that championship series between the Beavs and the Hogs.
Yes, they do. Beavs got the best of them. 3rd national championship. Man, they win 3 national championships, 2006, 2007, 2018. Only made it to Omaha 7 times, Oregon State. You think about all the powers throughout the country. 3 national championships last 20 years.
College World Series begins Friday, 2 Eastern on ESPN as Connor Holtz out of the bullpen. And the senior takes over after the injury, forced Peyton Prescott from the game.
And it's a guy that's battled injuries this season. He's a go-to arm last year. Big left-on-left matchup last year, but being asked here to come in the ball game, try to throw up a 0. A lot of breaking balls, as you see right there in the first pitch. Fastball, low 90s.
0-2 on Caraway after Holtz took over with a 1-strike count. Prescott left for him. And the lefty. The pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. Holtz doesn't realize it's strike 3. He just drops the ball, heads to the dugout. Our first scoreless inning of the night. A 3-up, 3-down, top and bottom of the 7th. 14-8 to the 8th. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? To the 8th we go, along with Devin Travis and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you, an offensive explosion tonight. After 2 tight, well-pitched first couple of games, different story tonight.
Yeah, it felt like it was a matter of time with these 2 offenses, both with over 100 home runs on the season. You see, Florida State, they have been swinging the bat, stringing runs together.
1 bouncer backhanded at first. Jacob Craig, 1 pitch, 1 out. Max Williams retired. As Zach Kamatz has retired all 5 since coming in.
But it's been the big blast for Oregon State today. 5 home runs, 11 of 14 runs on home runs. Big key to having the postseason. You got to be able to leave the yard. Hard to beat a team that does it 5 times in a game.
Big night at the plate for Miles Bailey. Ball 1, and last time up, he hit one halfway to Eugene.
Yeah, it's still rolling.
Off the end of the bat, comebacker. Played by Zach Kamatz. Interesting throw to first. It always baffles me. Pitchers, they can pinpoint a ball to the plate, but have so much trouble throwing to a base.
You never know what you're going to get with the pitcher. Man. Just find a way to get it done. He did. But you're right. And you got pitchers, man. You hit it back to them. They'll run the ball all the way to first base if they have to. They do not like to make a throw. But 2 quick outs for Kamatz.
Strike 1 to Cal Fisher. Overflow crowd has been partying since the opening pitch tonight. And they were here early and the stands were packed. Probably what, about 45 minutes before first pitch?
Yeah, and they were out early today getting ready for this ball game.
The pregame was on.
The pregame was definitely on.
You drove around the area of the ballpark, the tailgates, the local establishments. Beaver fans were not getting cheated today.
Yeah.
Might be a slow work day around Corvallis tomorrow. Just warning. The local businesses and proprietors around here. 4,380 allegedly in the ballpark.
Man.
That's what's officially listed. Last night a stadium record 4408. Fisher down swinging. Kamatz 7 up, 7 down for the freshman. The Beavers are 3 outs from going to Omaha. This scene at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field tonight. The Beavers are 3 outs from going back to the College World Series. An offensive onslaught for Mitch Canham's club. 25 home runs, a program record for an NCAA tournament game. 7 in the first, 6 in the third. In the year after the Pac-12 breaks up, Oregon State is 3 outs away from making it 3 teams that were in the Pac-12 a year ago at the College World Series.
Man, oh man, this is a complete team. Pitching excellent, defense excellent, the bullpen deep, and obviously, as you can see tonight, ton of offense.
Ivor Arquette to center, backing up Max Williams, has room, and he makes the catch. 1 gone. And the College World Series tickets that have already been punched. We mentioned the former Pac-12 schools. Chip Hale with Arizona, going back to Omaha. Same with John Savage in UCLA. Coastal Carolina, Louisville, Arkansas. 2 more spots up for grabs. LSU battling West Virginia right now. Game 3 between Duke and Murray State. The ACC trying to get another team to Omaha.
The ACC, 5 teams to make it to Super Regionals.
Called strike to Gavin Turley, who homered back in the 3rd. He's reached in 56 straight games.
That is unbelievable.
Line drive, base hit. First hit since the 5th inning for Oregon State, and a sharp single from Turley. Here is Wilson Weber.
And the Beavs looking to deliver some kind of knockout blow to the Noles.
Ball 1 to Weber. Florida State 42-15. They went 17-10, finishing 2nd in the ACC. And the ACC got a record tying 5 teams to the Super Regionals.
It was a great year for the ACC and incredibly deep, really from top to bottom. The Noles, one of the best teams in the entire ACC throughout the season, dropped a series late to North Carolina at home. Probably a big reason they were not hosting in the Super Regionals. Went to the ACC tournament, won a game, and then dropped a game to North Carolina again in the ACC tournament.
On the ground to 3rd, could be 2. Cal Fisher, the turn, Drew Farrow, double play. Florida State goes around the horn to retire the side, but wait a second, hang on. The Beavers are holding up the party. They may challenge this.
Oregon State is challenged to play at first base. The previous play is under review.
Challenging the call at first base.
And why not, right? Late in the ball game. It's your last opportunity at the plate. Sharply hit ball right there. It was close.
Bang, bang at first. The ruling on the field was out. And it's now out of the hands of our umpiring crew on the field to the operations center, the replay operations center.
Yeah, looks like he beats it. Inning should go on.
So it is under review. A challenge from Mitch Cannon. Florida State, 2nd most NCAA tournament appearances in the history of this event, is 61st, 19th in supers, the most super regional appearances. And trying to get back to Omaha in a loaded team for Link Jarrett. Had a group that went to Omaha last year. You lose a guy like Cam Smith. You reload, you bring in some very talented freshmen like Bailey and Carnes, veteran pitching staff, with a guy like Jamie Arnold, who's potentially the #1 pick in the draft. But you never know how it's going to play out when you get to June.
Yes, exactly right. This is a loaded ball club.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Oregon State still has 2 challenges.
Call overturned. Turley is out at second for out number 2. And Wilson Weber is aboard, and that'll bring up A.J. Singer for Oregon State.
Yeah, a nice job getting down the line right there. You think about what Link Jarrett was able to do 2 years ago. This Florida State club, his first year in Tallahassee, they did not make a regional, and they reloaded last year. He hit the transfer portal incredibly hard. Cam Smith, James Tibbs really stepped up. Marco Dinges. And this year, again, loaded up.
First pitch, bouncer to third. Cal Fisher charges, rifles it across to first, side retired. 1 hit, 1 left. We're going to the 9th. 14-8 Oregon State. Dari, the Beavers 3 outs away from Omaha in the College World Series. 6, 7, and 8 for the Florida State Seminoles. Drew Faroux, Hunter Carnes, Jackson West. Zach Kamatz has been dominant out of the bullpen. And you think of this season and everything that transpired off the field surrounding Oregon State athletics. The demise of the Pac-12. They're looking around and shooting one the other way, and Drew Faroux gives Florida State a start in the 9th. Opposite field single, his first hit tonight. Hit number 15 for Florida State. They have out-hit Oregon State in this game.
And a good start here in the 9th inning. Base runners, that's what you're looking for Florida State. Pass the baton. Down 6 runs here, station to station. Smart base running.
Here's Hunter Carnes, 2 for 4 tonight. But I keep thinking of that gif of the end of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Will Smith when he's looking around the living room and there's nothing there. That symbolizes Oregon State in many ways because they were the last ones left, them in Washington State of the Pac-12. They were deserted by their brethren.
And just a fantastic job. I mean, the amount of work it took to put this schedule together. Tough opponents, play the RPI game, the tough travel, long nights.
This could have imploded.
Yes, it could have.
It's a proud baseball program that was built by the legendary Pat Casey. 3 national titles. Mitch Canham played for Pat Casey. 1, 2 as a player. This could have been disastrous for this baseball program. But Mitch Canham wouldn't let it happen. He rallied his guys, got the support of his administration and the community. They went about it, as you talked about, the independent, challenging route. And here they are, 3 outs away from a return to the College World Series.
Yeah, in the transfer portal, you think a lot of these guys could have ran and went anywhere. They chose to stay. Something rare to find in today's game.
Two and 2. Hunter Carnes. Drew Faroux at first for Florida State. Zach Kamatz. Ground ball left side and through. Base hit for Carnes. Faroux stops at second. Florida State just trying to get base runners. The goal for Link Jarrett's team now is just to get the tying run to the plate.
That's it. That's it. And it's a great start right here. Back-to-back singles for the Noles. In the 6 and 7 spot, Jackson West up to the plate. Hitless tonight. 2 sharp hit balls, both to the left side. That's how it happens, pitch by pitch.
Jackson West 0 for 3 with a sac fly, and he takes strike 1.
And if you're Kamatz, you gave up 2 hits, but they're both ground balls. You're looking for a double play, continuing to attack in that strike zone.
Short leads for the runners. 1 strike pitch is low from Kamatz. 1-1. Mound visit for the catcher, Wilson Weber now. As Kamatz with 37 pitches. As Rich Dorman has come out of the dugout and now walking toward the hill. The pitching coach for Oregon State.
And Kamatz, season high 50 pitches. 3 innings pitched. as his season high. He did that last week.
Nelson Keljo, the lefty. Kellen Oakes, the righty. Are both tuning up in the bullpen. Oakes got the win in game 1. They'll stay with Kmatz.
Give the freshman a quick little breather. Jackson West better against left-handed pitching. Choosing to stay with the righty, looking for a ground ball. 2 ground ball base hits this inning.
1-1. The pitch. Fouled off. 1-2. Kmatz is in line for the win, as it's been 4 pitchers for Oregon State. DeKramer started, Segura, Hutchison, and now Kmatz. Ground ball to first, backing up. Jacob Craig takes it himself. 1 out.
Doesn't look like much, but that's a heck of a play right there by Craig over at first base. Outs and no panic, not trying to turn a double play ball. Up 6 runs, under control, getting the out at first base.
Now here comes Rich Dorman. They will go to the bullpen here. With 1 out, 2 on, 14-8. Oregon State leading it in the 9th. And with the left-handed hitting Williams, followed by the left-handed batting Harrelson. It looks like we'll get Nelson Keljo, the lefty, coming in for the Beavers.
Yeah, fire throw, another guy out of the back end of this bullpen into the high 90s. And a heck of a job by Kmatz.
The power lefty, Keljo in. And the ovation for the freshman, Zach Kmatz. 1 out in the 9th. 14-8 Oregon State. 14-8, the Beavers, 1 out in the 9th, 2 outs away from winning this Super Regional, and their 8th trip to Omaha. And their first since they won it all in 2018. And a pinch hitter for Florida State. Ground ball to third. Trent Caraway fields near the bag. Skips it across to first. Out is the pinch hitter Brody DeLamelier. Coming in to score is Farrow. Karn stays at second. It's 14-9 Beavers. And back to the top of the order, and Harrelson.
Yeah, and the Beavs, they'll trade that all day long and out for a run. And a nice job over at third base by Caraway. I love this decision right here. Use the turf. Long hop. Well done, Beavs. 1 out away.
Top of the order, Harrelson for the Florida State Seminoles. Strike 1. 2 for 5 with an RBI for Harrelson. This is the guy Oregon State's been looking for all season. And it's 0-2.
97, fired up.
Nelson Keljo, the pitch. Line drive, past third, fair ball. And Harrelson keeps it going for Florida State. He's digging for 2. In to score for the Seminoles is Hunter Carnes. And it's 14-10, Oregon State.
Incredibly impressive right there. The Noles continuing to just fight away. 2-strike hitting right there from a tough lefty, and Keljo up at the top of the zone. And Harrelson, an unsung hero for the Noles all year long, keeping that ball fair inside the third base line. 4-run ball game.
RBI double. Now it's the ACC Player of the Year, Alex Lodis. 2 for 5. Nelson Keljo, the pitch. Strike 1. The Beavers, who went 4-0 in elimination games last weekend, facing it again tonight. One and one. Harrelson at second. Lodis takes ball 2.
Mills continuing to fight. You said it. The goal here is to get the tying run to home plate. Miles Bailey, 2 batters away.
Fouled off by Lodis. Again, Florida State is down to their last strike. Three and 2 to Lodis. Harrelson out there at second base. Full count, 2 down. Nelson Keljo trying to finish it off. Strike 3 called. The storybook season for Oregon State will continue. For the first time since 2018, the Beavers are headed to Omaha in the College World Series.